covering it up. You didn't do your pre-show bike, huh?
Bam, we're live. No, I don't do the pre-show. I don't do the.
I thought you did before every show.
No, not for the 7 a.m. ones, but the other ones.
You're so sprightly.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you already teach a class, Susan?
No. I just got up probably about 30 minutes ago. 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, me too. What did you do? You already worked out, Hiller?
I worked out, yeah. I have this interval that I like to do just to kind of see where I'm at.
With rowing?
Rowing, yeah. I've probably done it 200, 300 times at this point. You set the rower up to 300 meter repeats with a 1 minute rest interval, and you try to get them as close to one another as possible. I'll do them for anywhere for 10 to 20 intervals. And I'm still breathing heavy, so.
I guess that depends I guess the difficulty of that depends on how fast you're going.
Correct. So I usually tell people to start at about their 2K PR pace and see how long you can hold on to it for. And if you can do 20 intervals, then you take a couple seconds off of that, and then you see if you can hold it for 20 intervals, and like 10 to 20. So I'll stop right at 10.
How long is each interval?
It's a 300 meter interval with a 1 minute rest period. And then you see how close you can get them to one another. So I try to end them today at like 59.7 was my goal finishing spot, just under a minute.
Oh shit. I would do this go-to hotel workout. I've probably done it 100 times in my life, maybe more, where it's row at 250, keep it under a minute, 15 push-ups, 10 rounds.
You keep the row under a minute, or the row and the push-ups?
No, just the row.
Because that'd be sick.
You can. I wouldn't lollygag on the push-ups, but you can lollygag on the push-ups if you want. But it's fuck, man. It's a gnarly workout.
How many rounds of that do you do?
10. So you get 150 push-ups and what is it?
2,500 meters.
Yeah.
So I know this is called the HillerFit Review Show, but we can do a Sevan Review Show too.
HillerFit.
The ribbit, yeah. I'm not quite there yet. I'll give me 5 minutes. I'll be 100% there. But I listened to your Eddie Ift. What's his show? The Wodcast Podcast.
Oh yeah.
Nice. I listened to your show on there.
How was
good?
It?
It's a different side of you.
Oh, it is.
It's more or less you, but there's like a different twist on you. It's interesting when you're not the one running the show. He kind of takes it in the directions he wants to. And then you'll ease off, and then you'll come back later, and then it'll be like, wait a minute, we don't want to talk about that.
There's some. I feel like I took him into some deep waters. There was some shit that he wasn't too comfortable with.
I agree. It was awesome. You covered a lot of different things. The reason I brought it up just there is because you were talking about your push-ups.
Yeah.
And then you talked about Donald Trump Jr.'s Murph time and how you tried to correlate it to your Cindy. When's the last time you did Cindy?
A year.
I feel another challenge coming on.
yeah. Susan sees right through me.
I haven't done Cindy in a long time. That was also my go-to. I didn't say it again.
20 rounds in 20 minutes. You think you can do it?
Oh, it's a tall order.
Because I believe that's what you said you had done on the Wodcast Podcast.
Yeah.
Is the fitness sticking with you or what?
Probably even a little faster than 20 minutes. Not much, but because that last round, I started 19 minutes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like.
And then what did you get on that second bike on your other video?
Oh, 70. I got 80 and 70.
I don't know if I missed it, but I went.
No, it's not in there. I asked the filmmaker, I'm like, where's the second score? He goes, who cares? I'm like, damn.
So 80 and 70 is no joke. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he just left a little suspense at the end. He didn't really,
this dude doesn't give a shit. Someone in the comments goes, I thought I clicked away from this the way it just ended. I thought the whole fucking video was a mess, but people like it. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I also went back and watched the ending because I was like, wait, did I miss something? And then when I was paid more close attention and saw it, I thought it was great.
Well, I asked him the other day. I put a video together on this, the whole bike workout that Brian put out on his Instagram. Yep. Thanks. And I asked Sevan on the phone. He didn't even know what he got. I'm like, what'd you get? Just so I know. I'm like, I want to put in a video together. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, all right, I'll wait for the video to come out. I watched the video, and it's not in there either. I'm like, all right, so I'll ask him today.
Oh, yeah, I knew. I was lying to you. I don't remember saying that, but I was definitely lying to you. Because I knew. Because I got 80 the first time, and when I got on it the second time, I was just like, there's no fucking way I'm going to that place again.
Yeah, you look like you're in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's what you talk about all the time with these games athletes who leave and then like you can never come back because you don't want to do that anymore.
That's a perfect
that second bike
example.
interval.
But you got better. But when you did it on the assault bike, you got better in your second round.
I've spent my entire CrossFit career negative splitting, just trying to like increase my paces round after round after round to the point where I think it might be a detriment of mine. I would redo open workouts 3, 4, 5 times, and I'd get better every single time.
Hey,
no matter like how much fatigue built in, it was just always better.
Hiller, have you ever done 30 on, 30 off for 30 rounds on the assault bike before?
I've done 20 rounds. I've never done 30. Why would you building into there?
Well, I'd be curious to see because my old business partner that originally started the gym with me, he was just a monster on the assault bike. But he's probably close to your age, Sevan, maybe like a year or so younger, and smokes like 35 cigarettes a day. And so I'd always make the joke that he has to donate his body to science afterwards because we could figure it out. But he does 30 on, 30 off, and his last score was 421 calories.
Taking a note of that in my head.
So it's like almost like
1.
So yeah, it's like 16 or 17.
So that's 421 calories in an hour. But half
what is
the hour,
that? That's
No,
like,
a half hour. A half hour.
What is that interval? Over
It's
30?
like almost
11 or 12 an interval?
No, it's like 16 and a half an interval, almost 17
No
calories.
fucking way.
Yeah,
I
and he
know.
did it at altitude. He lives in
I
Tahoe
gotta
now.
double check that. 421 divided by 30. It's like 14 an interval.
There you go, 14 an interval.
14.3 an interval. Okay, that's pretty good. I used to do this workout. It was 90 on, 90 off for 8 rounds, 60 on, 60 off for 12 rounds, and 30 on, 30 off for 24 rounds straight through. It takes you an hour and 12 minutes. And I would do it once a week, and every week I would try to beat my number of calories just by like holding just slightly higher paces on each interval. And on the 24 intervals at the back end there, I know I was able to do like 71 RPM, which was about 11.
Oh wait, excuse me. You got 428 calories. 428.
Hey, Sevan, you like that?
Patrick Vellner.
See, I don't have a Colt Mertens one, but this one, Wad Zombie.
Colt Merton one.
I just want to.
And then this one I had by my bed, but I brought it over to show you guys on the show.
See, I might just have that, but I also have this guy.
Oh
that's
yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah.
It's
Dude,
got
these
a guitar.
I cannot believe how nice. So there's a Daniel Brandon, there's a Jason Hopper, there's a Colton Mertens,
Yeah, they're
and
nice.
and a Patrick Vellner. I cannot believe how nice these cards are.
So these guys may not have gotten T-shirts, but they did get playing cards. So who's the real winner?
Yeah, these things are
Fuck
crazy,
you, Noble.
and these things are cheap. These are you will be so happy when you have one of these. It's only $10, and it's like it feels good. It's like it doesn't perform like an iPhone, but it sure feels like an iPhone.
You're not
You
wrong.
can take him to the games and see if you can get him signed.
Yeah. Oh, that would be dope.
What's you guys' connection with Pokemon cards? Nothing.
Zero. I don't even really know what Pokemon is. I just know that
You mentioned it the other day.
I did.
Somewhere you said Pokemon, yeah. And I was
Oh.
like, I gotta ask him what he knows.
No,
What do
I
you
just know that there was a I think there were these little circle things that
Pogs.
people traded. They were
Pogs.
like
Yeah,
baseball
the-
cards but small.
The little damage tokens. You
And
know,
then there was a game where people put like you could point your phone somewhere and it would show you like a Pokemon like under a tree, and then you'd go over and touch it, and then you
Pokemon
that
Go.
was that was a COVID game.
yeah.
They got everyone outside away from one another.
Had kids walking out into the freeway.
I think that game would
Yes,
be
that
so
was
much
it.
cooler if it was like you were like looking for games athletes or hot chicks or
That's called Tinder,
or
Sevan. It's called Tinder.
bodybuilders. I don't know.
You ever use Tinder, Sevan?
No, I've never even seen the app, to be honest with you. I don't even like. I have this vision in my head of what it looks like. We had when I was a kid. When I was 40, we had a Hot or Not. There was like an app, but it wasn't on your phone. It was on a computer, and you would just swipe right or left, Hot or Not. But you didn't date the people.
Facebook
They were random
1.0.
people. Facebook.
Yeah, just no. You know what it was? I think Zuckerberg made that too. It was just pictures that were pulled off of yearbooks or something.
Yeah.
Or you could maybe people even could submit their pictures. I don't remember.
Tinder's right in your
Pretty fun,
wheelhouse.
though.
Not you using it, but you talking about it is Tinder. It's kind of your wheelhouse. You've been going on your OnlyFans rants. It's like
Tinder,
I think before
OnlyFans, and
OnlyFans.
Grinder. I should talk about Grinder more.
You should create a fake account and make a little video series off your fake Tinder grinder accounts.
Yeah.
See which one you do better on.
Let's just not share the screen. Let's just not share the screen.
Yeah, don't do that.
Three of my acquaintances, you could even call them friends, have now been taking testosterone replacement therapy through California Hormones. Basically, what they did, if you live in California, you get the free blood test, you get the free doctor's consultation, and they either tell you, hey, you don't need testosterone, or they say, hey, you should take some, or maybe you want to take some. And all three of them tell me that it's the greatest head trip that they've ever had.
Why is that?
They just said that they wake up in the morning, they want to attack life. They didn't even expect it. That's not even why they were taking it. They were taking it like just for energy and vitality, but they all talk about the head trip. Like, man, I even spoke to Mark Bell about it the other day, and he was like, he's not doing it through these guys, but I was asking him about the head trip, and he's like, dude, the head trip's amazing. Yeah. You wake up every morning and just want to attack life. I feel like I wake up every morning and just want to, well, I feel like every morning I wake up and just want to attack the coffee machine.
Paper Street Coffee.
At least
you have to use the code Sevan, by the way, to get that free stuff. You have to use the code Sevan. So you go to cahormones.com, type in Sevan, and then you can start the process. And you don't have to take the whatever they prescribe. You can just get the blood work and talk to the doctor.
Oh, that'd be neat. Free consultation in your Audi.
So I plugged them. I plugged the cards. Oh, the Echo Bike. If you want to win a Rogue Echo Bike.
I thought it was an assault bike.
No, it's a Rogue Echo Bike.
All right, we're changing it.
Thank you, Rogue. Gabe at Paper Street Coffee. And fuck, I don't know how you find that website. He didn't get the good one. He got like Paper ST or something. If you wear any Sevan Podcast shirt on Sunday at the games and take a picture of yourself and tag us, there's a chance you're going to win that bike. A good chance.
Do you have to go to the booth?
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
Is that part of the equation or no?
Well, we got some cool shit at the booth. I'm telling you, I don't think you want to miss out at the booth. I think you want to go to the booth to get your HillerFit and Sevan. Oh, there we go. Sevan XP. Join us in Madison, where we'll be sampling coffee, testing like lake water, and listening to the best podcast out there. Oh, that's dope.
Mm-hmm. Gabe's a man. But yeah, you could get your T-shirt too at the Paper Street Coffee booth, so you could come down and see us there. We'll have a bunch of cool stuff down there.
I want one of those tank tops. Let me see those tank tops. I'm gonna shave that. If I get one of those, I'm gonna shave the toughest hair on my triceps. Those are dope.
Travis came out with a very, very cool shirt. I don't know if I can pop it up on here. I have no way of doing that, but it's awesome.
As soon as it can. Is it on the Vindicate website?
No, but I'll send it you guys' way. You guys are gonna be so jealous. I don't know if it wants me to ruin it.
Let's see.
It's gonna be awesome. Here, I'm sending it over you guys' way. It'll pop up at some point.
It's not for sale yet?
No. I'm not. Depending on how people react, we may or may not be putting it up for sale. But I think it's awesome.
Oh,
boy. You got it. You guys both have it. Did you see it?
Wow. Holy shit.
Isn't that good?
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
That's awesome.
The anticipation is killing everybody, I'm sure. I like the lake water one a lot. This is on par with the lake water one. Throw it up there if you have the technology.
Have they made that yet?
No.
There might be a thing there to do, like make the 16 like just take off the 15 and call it GW16, since this is the 16th CrossFit Games, with like a Roman numeral, GW Roman numeral 16. I don't know. That's an incredible shirt.
Vindicate says go for it. Show away.
Wow.
Mission for takeoff. Yes.
Idiot.
Good work, Travis. Awesome. It's going to be in the leader jersey, so it's going to be in the red. It's going to look just like the other leader jersey makeup.
Oh my gosh.
It's sweet.
Hey, you know what that is too? You need to send one of those to Ryan Jevning, because that will like desensitize. Then you won't be offended by that word anymore. It'll kind of, you know what I mean? Like desensitize. It's like some sort of like psychological training for him.
It's a therapy.
This is Travis's best work. It's right up there. This is better than the no rep shirt.
Wow.
Good.
Thank you, Kat.
Hey, I'm getting ahead of myself, but is Cardarine? I thought I heard in that podcast where Curtis Bowler's talking that he says Cardarine and Duraball are the same thing.
They are the same thing.
Wow,
just
why
like
would we ever?
GW501516 is the same as those two things you just mentioned.
Oh, okay, why would we ever use the GW1516 or Cardarine?
You can call it Cardarine.
And Duraball sounds so hard. I would so much rather be caught for Enduraball than Cardarine.
That's probably why it's even got the name, because I don't know. That drives me nuts. Enduraball. It's like, what does this do? Endurance, Enduraball.
I just hear the word ball and I just think, oh, I'm just getting
Sold.
stronger. Isn't that what all the ones that make you stronger? Like Anadrol,
All the balls.
Duraball. Dude, I'm on this crazy cocktail of Winstrol and Duraball. Your mama's balls, just fucking your daddy's balls.
The one you take on is Tren. You take Trenbolone and Enduraball.
Is that the one that gets me shredded?
That's the one that turns you into one of those cows that has too much muscle on them.
Tren? What's the one that just gets me all just shredded?
That would do it. It makes you lose fat, gain muscle. People wouldn't recognize you. You'd probably lose all your hair, but you would be something else.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. I don't need this hair.
Oh, like
Craig White said something here. It should say Cardarine, like one of the athletes' names. Cardarine athletes' names with the.
See, just
this
like
is
this.
it. This is a Tren cow.
Sevan hears the word ball and his mouth waters. Hey, so that cow is juiced up? That's not normal?
It don't
That's
look
not
normal.
a normal cow. No, look at the glutes on the cow to the right. That could be you.
I can
Sevan.
only see its balls. I can't see anything else.
Look
You
at
would
those
crush
handies.
the assault bike with those bad boys.
That's
Hell
Dan
yeah.
Bailey if he was a cow.
We're gonna name that cow Dan Bailey.
Or that chick Caruso.
Caruso. She made a
Sorry,
post
not
the
allowed-
other day.
we're not allowed to talk
after-
about her without
your
asking.
show.
Sorry. What?
Oh,
I think she made a post the other day after one of your shows where we were talking about her.
Was she
Oh.
mad?
It didn't seem that she's just like, stop talking about me.
Keep
Oh,
my
yeah,
name
yeah.
out your mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that she has a rule about that. Wall Street CrossFitter versus Rich Froning. What a great thing to clear Rich Froning's name. We had the Wall Street CrossFitter on the show before. Great story, but he does not have a faster time than Rich Froning, and you showed that. And what a cool idea! You put old Rich Froning, you put young Rich Froning, old Rich Froning, and Wall Street weightlifter all working out side by side doing Grace, and old Rich Froning smoked them all. Smoked them.
Correct.
Grace at 225.
Well, that was 2014 Rich Froning who smoked them
Or-
all. That was Advocare sponsored Rich Froning.
Yeah. Oh, when was the slower one? The 449 one.
2011.
Look at that baby face.
This is Isabel. This is his
Okay.
squat snatch Isabel, which he does in like 5 something, upper 5s, lower 6s. Very cool as well. I remember watching that one when it came out. It made me sign up for the Open almost immediately.
Oh, that's cool. Wow.
You've seen that video, right?
Yeah. Which one? The Advocare one or that one?
Squat snatch Isabel at 225.
Yeah, I wonder who
He does
made
it and
that.
he wanders over to his computer and then he signs up for the Open 2014, I think.
Yeah, I wonder if we sent Heber out there to make that or something.
I want to know if anybody, and I'm sure there's somebody out there, but I don't know. That's a fast time. 314 was his 30 clean and jerks at 225. And we saw those clean and jerks at 225 on that workout with the Last Chance qualifier this year. And I wonder if their paces would match or beat Froning's 30 for time there. I wonder if Tim Paulson or huh?
No one's spoken up. No one has spoken up, right? Since he showed
I'm
up.
curious. I guess I really haven't addressed that too closely, but so this
You
one
did
he does
Grace
at
it-
447.
You did Grace at 300?
I did. That was terrible. I believe it was right about 19 minutes. That was
Like
one of my
injury-
first videos that I tried to edit.
Like injury terrible?
No, like
Not smart terrible?
Like I have a hard time at repeatable heavy weights, and something about a 300-pound clean and jerk is not easy on me for whatever reason. And then you go watch people like Jeff Adler just chuck it around, and it doesn't seem to phase him. I'm the exact opposite. I'm very phased by that weight on a barbell. My heart rate goes immediately to 180 and just sits there until I stop.
Do you squat clean it?
They're all power cleans.
300 pounds
Damn.
power clean. That is nuts.
Yeah.
Power
Be
clean,
stoked-
square
Nuts,
jerk.
dude.
Be stoked for one.
I did
That
that a couple weeks after I did the 200
30.
ring muscle ups, and then I wanted to do 50 deadlifts at 500 for time, and then I kind of just stopped. with the
50
crazy ass
deadlifts at
challenges.
500.
There's a couple people who have done it, but that was I have these spots that I'm pretty proficient at things. It's muscle ups and it's deadlifts, so I wanted to try to do that. I did the unbroken chest to bars. I don't know anybody who's done more than 90 of those, but I've done 90 chest to bars. I know
Do you have a
Steelers
video
done
of that?
100.
Do you have a
Yeah,
video of 90?
it's on my YouTube somewhere.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you were like serious. You were like, you could have been a real contender.
Wait,
If it was only pull-ups and deadlifts,
you did Grace at 300. You did 50 deadlifts, not touch and go, but 50 deadlifts at 500.
no,
But
that was
you
one
did-
that I was getting ready to do, and I never did it. And then I hurt my elbow, and I was unable to straighten it. It was right around that time.
Have you ever
But I
gotten
have
ready
done
to
the-
do Alexis and you didn't do her?
Once or twice.
Sorry.
Within the past week or two, actually. Yeah, it's been.
Like you're just getting ready and you're like, sorry, I got to go back to my computer. I just thought of a new edit.
the video.
Exactly. That's usually
I know
what
how it
I'm
works.
ready to go to sleep.
You
on
guys
my
think-
computer.
Yeah, you think I'm joking, but I know how it works.
Speaking of which, I looked at your upcoming schedule.
Yeah,
That's going to be hard to top.
savage.
It's still being
it's
added
an awesome
to.
schedule.
It's still
Thank
being
you.
added to. By
Hey,
the
you
way.
know what? To be honest, it looks so awesome because the way Will Brandstetter designed it. Like,
Yeah.
like just on a fucking calendar with fucking Sousa's chicken scratch, it just looks like we got work to do. Then fucking Will Brandstetter does it, and it looks like we won the lotto.
It looks
Boy,
so
he-
pretty.
He does a good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. Matt
He
presents it
crushes
to me
it.
in the calendar, and I fucking have to lock my gun. So don't fucking blow my brains out. Will puts it out, and I'm like, yeah, this is dope.
You got a lot of big names on there, and I see you added Adrian Bosman.
Yeah, Mr. Bosman.
Excited? I'm excited for you to go with Adrian.
I'm gonna try to like just court the shit out of him and like make sweet love to him and unfuck all the gnarly shit I've talked in the last year with you. And that way he'll come on the show during the games. I'd like to get him on like I
that'd be
had
cool.
Dave on. Yeah, every night. But it's gonna take, I'm gonna have to like give him a handy without him knowing it. So
Did you hear him on Coffee Pods and Wads with Peter?
dude.
Yes. It's a great episode.
Hey, so we're getting ahead of ourselves. I really wanted to go down my list today and like check everything out, but I want to tell you something.
Sorry.
I got us going. I got my own list, just so you know.
Okay.
Oh shit.
But it's your show. It's your list.
That so I have no shyness and no humility around the fact of what I think of my skills as a media director. Arguably as the chief marketing officer, however you want, but we didn't use the word marketing at CrossFit. I grew that company faster than anyone's ever grown any company. Now, maybe I have peers that are my equal, but when I got there were less than 300 gyms. And when I left, there were 15,000 gyms. I was the second employee in the media department. And I left with 100 people working for me. I don't care what anyone says. And I don't care what anyone says about anyone working harder than me. I was the hardest working person in the company. I'm willing to let there be a 7-way tie. But you see what I do on this podcast, and I'm not making dick. Well, imagine being rich as shit and working. And like, I work every day. I never took a day of vacation in the 15 years I was there because it was my life. I'm not complaining. And if I wanted, as the greatest media director who ever lived on the planet, if I wanted to fuck someone, I would treat them the way the media department treats the CrossFit Games podcast. That I would bear. That thing is so fucking buried. I cannot fuck.
I understand. Okay.
I would never. If I was asked to go on that podcast, I would never go on that podcast because it's purposely being hidden.
Yeah, it's intentful. It has to be.
Like whoever is in charge. I don't know if it's Chase who's in charge. Chase decides where it goes. If it's Chase who's in charge, Chase hates himself. He might as well just. His wife should call fucking like what Al-Anon or whoever, the suicide prevention group or something. Something's wrong. Somebody hates those people. It's a waste of time, money, and resources. You know what else I realized? Me and you put out more media than that entire than me and you individually put out more media than those teams. We're in complete control of the narrative now.
Mm-hmm.
I would say we're doing a good
someone needs
job.
to set Chase free. Someone needs to fucking push those podcasts up to the front. So they
Chase
need to
just,
take some
got a
fucking
new
risks.
role. Did you see that?
No,
he's
I
like
didn't
the
see that.
regional advisor for the Texas
Oh, yes.
area.
Yes.
That was pretty cool. So maybe he's being set free to some extent.
Well, he
Not
doesn't
on
need to be set
podcast
free like
spectrum.
that. He needs to be challenged and those podcasts need to be promoted. He had fucking Adrian Bosman on.
Yeah.
Dude, that podcast had 40 fucking views. I think you JR showed me that. It had 41 fucking views, and the
How do you see
information in
that?
there is fucking gold for anyone who's interested in the games. It's gold. And Adrian's like on another level right now. And that coffee wads and pods. I mean, Peter, I would never ask Adrian those questions Peter asked because I'm too scared. I'm friends with him. I've said this before, but Peter fucking killed it. There's some insane content out there. I mean, someone should be just pouring reels off of that shit.
They started that sub channel for it. It almost seems like to purposely hide it because you have this channel with millions of subscribers. So why in the world would you start a smaller channel, put nothing onto it, don't point nothing towards it, put all
What's
those
the smaller
podcasts
channel?
on there? It's called
Good. Just try to find it. Don't even tell him.
Exactly.
We had JR and Taylor on the show, and I was like, "Hey, why don't we pull up the video?" They're like, "There is none."
Yeah. Then it took me like 5 minutes to find it. There was a whole debate
There's
in
an
the comment
Instagram
section.
page called
No,
CrossFit
it's not.
Podcast.
No, it's not Instagram.
No, there should be
Not
that
Instagram.
too. There should be a CrossFit Games podcast.
Oh,
channel.
you're talking about the separate podcast in the Apple Store.
Yeah.
Yes, not even in the
Okay,
Apple
yeah.
Store. Try to find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Chase has done like 60 episodes.
It's a waste of Chase's talents. Like he does such a great job with it. I'm sure he puts a ton into it, like he does everything
Also,
he
when,
does.
when you
And
look
so
up
then it
CrossFit
varies a
Podcast, you
lot.
got the one that we know, this guy, this red one.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
one
that
that
one was
you
good.
used to do. That's the one. And then this is the one where you can listen to it.
Right.
I don't know, you
Yes,
can't see
yes.
shit on there.
Yes, if you do that through Spotify, but I'm just saying if you're on YouTube, if you go to their, like the way I look for it is I went to their YouTube channel.
Right.
And it's yeah. Oh, and that's another thing. On that podcast, I think was Justin on there? Oh, okay, we're gonna get to this. They talk about that hopper thing. I still don't know what the hopper thing is, but if this email is so important to talk about it on a podcast that's purposely hidden, I mean it. Okay. Hey, so Andrew, I think that you can flip that writing around in post. Are you using Adobe Premiere?
Where? Right now?
See
using
how like
StreamYard.
Oh,
it says. See how it says Hiller behind you. When you make your videos, are you using Adobe?
I have it set up. No, I use Final Cut.
Okay,
Why?
there's a
Drive you
filter.
insane?
Not insane, but there's a filter called Flip, and you can put it onto your finished product, and it'll turn all your shit around.
When I make the videos, I stare at myself and I scream at myself. And if I stare at myself inverted, it drives me nuts. I can't do it.
You can do it out. You can do it in post.
Okay, I'll do it in post. The commander
If
of
you
media
want.
has
If you
spoken.
want. I'm not
The
telling you.
director has spoken.
I'm telling you. I'm not. those-
1,500 affiliates, 15,000 affiliates when I left. You have to listen.
He's like, it's fine. You don't need to take my advice. Your videos could suck. It's up to you.
At the end of the day, I don't.
100 people.
At the end of the day, I don't care who did Grace faster. I just care that about the video where Rich did it with his shirt off. So that's I weighed in on that.
How do you feel about him doing it on that stage in front of everybody? That Edgecare thing.
I hope it made Rich rich.
Ooh, did you see that ever or no?
No,
The
is that
video.
on a YouTube?
I had seen that. I think it's on a stage in the middle of a stadium too. It's not like in the stage in front of people. It's like in a stage, and it's like I think there's like a ridiculous amount of people there.
Do you have an opinion on Edgecare?
No, I don't.
Do you have an opinion on like USANA or any of those, like Herbalife, any of those companies?
Multi-level marketing type companies.
And that's
Yeah,
exactly what Edgecare is, isn't it?
I'm not familiar with
Or
Advocare,
not.
but I know like Herbalife and
Yeah,
shit is.
basically, I don't know why people are you down on that? Why do people? I'm not down on it.
I'm
If
not
someone
down on
wants
it
to
at
sell
all. no.
vitamins, like if I want to sell vitamins to you and then you want to sell them to Susan, then Susan wants to sell them to his members and that money trickles up towards me. Cool. I personally wouldn't. I'm not into that. But if someone wants to do that, I'm okay with it.
When I was in high school and I was just
That's
getting
how
into
that's how
weightlifting-
Pfizer works. That's how the vaccine works.
Of course it is. I knew it. I was
Sign up 5 of your
slow-pitch
friends.
softballing you.
That's totally how it works. So I mean, and look how well they did. And that's exactly how that works.
Global
All right,
baby
now-
crushed
Now
it.
you tell me, how are those two paralleled?
That shit is made by a company, then sold to the government, and then the government sells it to the hospitals, and then the hospitals sell it to us. I mean, I don't know if those are the exact people, but it's just pushed down. Like
you forgot a step. The people actually pay for it first.
Yes,
and
yes.
Then the government
I send the government money. Right. I send the government money, half my paycheck, and then the government buys it, and then the government then sells it down, and it trickles down. And then next thing I know, all the pediatricians I know are driving G-Wagons and buying homes in Costa Rica. Yeah.
You know, all the pharmaceutical.
I'm not joking.
All the pharmaceutical reps are usually very good-looking women that come in and sell to men doctors.
They are.
Hey. Did you see PubMed just published that if you got the vaccine now, it's not debatable anymore. If you got the vaccine, your immune system is now permanently compromised. PubMed.
In which way? Just in general?
Yeah, everything. You're immune compromised. And did you also see that American Journal of New England Journal of Medicine just put out an article that 98% of the people who have fucking monkeypox in the 16 countries are either gay or bi?
Yeah, I did see that.
Did you fucking see that? What the fuck? That's in the fucking New England Journal of Medicine. It came out yesterday. I'll send it to you. My mom was like, my mom, not my mom's. Someone very close to me was asking me was telling me they were debating whether they were going to get the monkeypox vaccine. And I'm like, I sent that article. I think so. I sent that article to her yesterday. And I'm going to follow up today with, are you gay?
This is a great point for me to bring up that part in the Wodcast podcast where you bring up the movie Idiocracy. You've seen that, huh?
Oh, fucking, I hate it.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time because it's so accurate. When I heard that The Rock was potentially running for president at some point in his life, I was like, Idiocracy called it. They had I think it was Terry Crews. He was walking around with the machine guns to the president, and everyone's like, yeah, let's go forward WWE wrestler as our president. The entire movie is so spot on. He escapes from the jail. They tie him to a rock. I can go on, and you don't want to talk about it. You hate it. Fine. He hates movies.
How about that they can't? Hey, that thing where they can't figure out why plants are dying because they're watering them with Gatorade. It's a global food crisis because you know that there's people who still on planet Earth today. If you were to ask people, does Gatorade help increase your electrolytes when you drink Gatorade? People will say yes. There's people who believe that because
the power of marketing. The power of marketing.
I know our comments are going to light up. They don't.
You got to put water on the plants. You mean like from in the toilet? That's what they say in the movie. You want to put toilet water on the plants? It'll make them grow. It's like, yeah, that's what's going to make them grow.
Hey, I can't eat those. I can't eat those chicken chips because they have like sunflower oil in them or safflower.
I've heard a couple of people say that. Yeah. What's the deal with sunflower oil?
I don't know. I just know that like all my Instagram doctors tell me not to eat that
Paul
shit.
Saladino is big time against it.
Yeah.
Do you know Paul Saladino doesn't like kale either?
Yeah.
He doesn't like any sort of like roughage.
Yesterday I ate a pound of green beans. I had him on the show and he said, yeah, well, vegetables make you fart. And I'm like, what's wrong with farting? I like farting.
Did he have a rebuttal?
No, he didn't.
Oh. Touche.
I think farting's fun.
So what's your opinion on this raw diet? Because it kind of seems like you're into it. No sunflower oil. Paul Saladino, you were talking about Crazy Bobby. You eat the pound of ground beef a day.
Yeah. So yesterday, the last like 5 days, I've been basically eating a shitload of raw meat. But what's interesting is I just saw an article. I'm going to talk about it soon on my live call-in show where basically maybe I'll pull it up. I just accidentally saw it. And it was talking about the leading cause of cancer. One of them is meat that's overcooked.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Overcooked meat.
Like well done.
Like, well, I don't have that issue.
Beef jerky.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't think beef jerky. They don't cook beef jerky, do they? Beef jerky is just dried meat, right?
Yeah. I always just used to eat all my meat well done, so now I'm a little nervous.
I ate something raw the other day. I don't remember what it was, but one of my buddies just reamed me.
Alexa.
It wasn't Alexis.
Alexis.
For 6 months, I ate 5 raw eggs first thing in the morning every day. Like just cracked them, swallowed, cracked.
Yeah, Paul told me don't eat the whites. The whites are bad for you.
And other people tell you don't eat the yolks. But why does Paul say that?
There's
She
some
just does
chemical. You can eat the whites cooked. You just can't eat the whites raw. There's something in the whites. I'll ask him again. He told me. You want
And
me to
then
look it up
when
right
you're
now?
doing that, also ask him why he doesn't like kale in particular. He has a shirt that says kale is bullshit, but I think it's more of an umbrella. He doesn't like anything other than meat.
Well, he has a lot of
Vegetables
information on it.
poison you, he says.
But that's what I was gonna say. They like release toxins as like a protective mechanism for the plant, and those toxins.
What is
are
this? The
harmful to
Happening,
us.
Souza? You seen The Happening with Mark Wahlberg? The plants kill you. Worst movie ever.
I've
The
not
whole thing,
seen
you're
that
like,
movie.
this is awesome. What's going on? The plants are killing people.
Avidin. He says there's something in it called Avidin. 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 Avidin.
And Avidin in the egg whites is killing you.
Hey, do you know I met this girl, Christine?
Where? How is she? She cool?
It's street
at the
parking. She's
street
super
parking.
cool. That's not what
What
she
are the-
looks like, though. That's not what she looks like.
Is that she's using an avatar?
She just looks like one of the fish from like Finding Dory in this picture. And she looks like a normal, pretty girl when you see her in person.
So what are the
catfish.
3 things you can eat, Christine? I want to know. Paul says you can only eat 3 things.
Oh, I think she's joking, but really it is like that. Meat.
Well, we have all these
Meat,
people in the
meat,
world
and
right
more
now.
meat.
We've got Liver King, we've got Paul Saladino, we've got you saying sunflower is always bad, and
Well, Paul
You're- and you're
Saladino and
fasting
Liver King
currently,
eat the
right?
same.
Everything's
Yeah.
okay in moderation.
I don't agree with that either.
Me neither. Okay.
You know, my big thing with the people I train is I tell them you can't justify your bullshit, because if you justify it one day, you're going to do it again and again. So I work with this guy who likes to drink. It's like a social activity for him.
Yeah.
So he'll go a week without drinking, and then
It lets
something
him
will happen,
explore his
and then
sexuality. It lets him explore his sexuality.
I'm not going to say I won't agree or disagree, but he'll have a drink and then he'll go, all right, well, I had 1, so I'll have 2. And like, well, I've already fucked up my 1 week off, so I'll have a 3rd. And then if that was a Monday, tomorrow's Tuesday. It's like, well, I had a drink yesterday, so I have 1 now. And then the justification of your bullshit just makes it more. So the moderation, fuck the moderation. Either you're doing it or you're not doing it, is my opinion.
1's too many and 10's not enough.
Everyone wants to be juiced up, and drinking allows people to explore their homosexuality, whether they know it or not. Take those, both of those as truths. Put those on my tombstone.
Right under the how long you were at CrossFit, how you grew the affiliates, and then drinking in moderation, and testosterone and homosexuality.
I want a monitor on my tombstone that has a live feed directly down into the coffin.
Yes.
Just so people could just stay up to date.
How you doing in there?
My 5-year-old son told me the other day, just out of the blue, he said, when you die, I'm going to cry so much that it's going to rain for 1,000 days. I'm like, oh, you fucking God?
He's a poet. He's a poet.
I was like, wow, that's fucking intense.
That was deep.
And then he said to me, I said, I don't think you'll cry that much. He goes, even after I'm dead, I'm going to still be sad about your death. I was like, holy fuck. Can't believe you brought that up, Hiller.
What? What did I bring up about you dying? I don't think I brought up you dying. I brought up like moderation. You're like, yeah, we're all going to die. That was 1,000 years of rain.
I think this video, there's a reason. There's a video Hiller did. It's called Top 5 Reasons We Don't See. Wait. Can you bring up that video? What's the title of it?
5 reasons for all the no reps.
Oh God, it's so weird. I wrote don't see no reps, but it's the opposite. 5 reasons we're seeing so many no reps.
This I made because I have a lot of people asking, and now I can just direct them to this video.
Yeah, I thought it was
a
good.
big thing I always want to do with the affiliate, where you have questions. So I would make little YouTube videos or skits and just like, hey, watch this video.
Did you do that?
Into the gym? Yeah, I did that.
Oh, I did that too. That's funny.
Does it work pretty well for you? Is it? It was a hit or miss for me.
Yeah, depending on what it was, but they kind of got buried over time.
What ends up happening is it's like they don't watch them. So
hand deliver them an email. New member email right when they get it.
Let me see the thumbnail for the video. Can I see the thumbnail? So, Hiller, explain to me what this is about. People say to you, hey, why are there so many no reps? Can I just see the homepage of YouTube? Why are there so many no reps being called these days? And these are the top 5 reasons you're guessing in order.
Correct. Yes.
Number 5, athletes are too popular. Explain that to me.
The best example would be what we heard Kat Shear say on the Hungry Dog podcast. I believe that's the name of the podcast, where there was a judge who would run up to an athlete in the off period after having judged them and ask to take a picture with them. Is that judge as likely to issue no repetitions if they're also likely wanting to take a picture with said athlete after or before the event?
Okay, so this is why there more. This is why are there more no reps why are we talking about it more? It's because people are getting away with more shit because of how famous they've become.
Correct. Yes. And
okay.
If you, so in the fuck, I always go both ways on this because I don't like comparing sports to other sports. But if you're in the MLB, Joe West, who's one of the most hated umpires ever, he's not trying to get pictures with Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, any of the biggest players you've ever known, because he's making his money. And he's just there to do his job. He doesn't give two fucks about who he's calling balls and strikes against. Where in this case, people are traveling across the world because they love the sport, they love the athletes, and it's like, oh, hey, we've got Danny Spiegel here doing wall balls. Who's that Pokemon? Did you like that bit? Who's that Pokemon? It's Psyduck. Whatever.
I liked it.
All right, thank you. It was a miss. Well, it's okay. But
no, I like the lines on her knee and her hip crease too. That was the lines on her knee and the lines on the hip crease were good.
What's absurd is somebody sent me that judge would actually try. Oh no!
Catch writes that judge would actually try to work out with athletes. He was creepy and no longer judging. He was clearly only there to get close to athletes.
I heard that was Rosa too.
That was Eric Rosa. That is true. That was Eric Rosa too.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah, I heard that he made all of them stay outside to watch him work out at the 2020 games.
Do you want to hear that story real quick?
Uh-huh.
So the CrossFit Games are really hard on the athletes. Like really, really hard. And there's some shit going on there that you can't even imagine unless you put yourself through that. You have no fucking idea what it's like to be out there and do 3 workouts and or 4 workouts or 5 workouts and they're popping up and you don't know exactly what's going on and you have to win and everything's on the fucking line and it's fucking 4 or 5 days of this fucking insanity. And your shit is fucking coming unglued. And those of us who are down there right close to him, you start to witness that their shit is fucking hard. So when I just saw Matt Fraser on the Clydesdale podcast talking about this, where he says you need to every 0.5% of advantage you can get of either rest or getting in the shade, you have to be looking for that. There can be no dicking around. And it's after a day of one of the workouts at the ranch. I want to say it was 2000. Was that 2019? 2020. 2020.
Yep.
2020.
The athletes are fucking done with their day's worth of workouts. And Eric Rosa, and he doesn't, it's also, and this is pretty common amongst leaders, and I've been guilty of this too. You forget how much power you have. When you forget that when you ask people something, they're just going to say yes. So if you have an employee and you're like, hey, do you want to come over to my house and have dinner? They'll be like, oh, sure, I'd love to. But really, they fucking hate you.
Fuck.
Because they just want to go home and fucking get the fuck away from you and fucking chill. And so he goes down to the barn and they're down there like Sam Quant and the fucking crew. And he says, hey guys, do you want to come up here and watch me work out? and you know what else I think? I think Rogue had started taking down the fucking equipment at the ranch that day already. That's another thing. Rogue's on a crazy schedule. And this fucking guy goes up there. They tell Rogue not to take down the stuff, and he has the athletes come up there and watch him work out. Like they want to fucking watch a 50-year-old dude work out, even though he was very attractive and fit as shit. But dude, know your. I mean,
not the time, buddy.
It's social retardism. It's complete lack of social and situational awareness. It's bad.
For sure.
It's bad. It's like buying CrossFit and not knowing what GPP is.
I'd pay for that video too. Just
the
watching
GPP one?
No, just watching the athletes sitting there just watching them. They're probably just
were all of them there?
All the athletes there. I don't think they all went up. I think basically I'm not sure, but
The ones who got last went up there to watch him.
I think
Just
T
to
and Matt
ruin
were
their
like,
games.
"You can go fuck yourself."
Yeah,
Like,
you know Matt wasn't gonna do that.
yeah, Matt wasn't gonna do
he
shit.
ain't getting paid to watch that.
Yeah,
He's out.
yeah.
I'm out.
But that shit is really hard emotionally on those guys. Those guys are fucking like barely holding their shit together. It's not something that's talked about a lot because it's hard to see.
I remember
But-
seeing the pictures of him doing that where he's like jumping over the beam, right?
Yes.
The thrust
yes.
workout. Yeah.
Hey, dude! In 2009, there was a guy who's super famous from Australia. He was the host of Australia's Biggest Loser. He was like the top special forces guy in Australia. And everyone said he was juiced up. I have no idea if he was. He was cool as shit. I forget his name. Commando Steve. And in 2009, this fucking guy comes down the hill in his ice bath. It's the second to last day, and he jumps in the ice bath and he starts bawling. And he's saying, why would I have a family back home in Australia? Why would I fucking risk putting myself in this situation? And he's crying. And it's the fucking second to last day of the CrossFit Games. That's how hard the fucking CrossFit Games are. Broke this fucking dude.
He went all the way back to Australia just like that.
Oh, well, I don't know. He was just in the ice bath like that. He didn't go. He stayed and competed. Yeah, this dude. I think OPT cried that year at the Games. I think Michael Fitzgerald might have cried that year at the Games. Games are fucking hard. I bet you we'd be surprised how many athletes. I think we'd be surprised if we knew how many athletes cried back in their hotel rooms at the CrossFit Games. I think.
Yeah, I bet you there's
or
probably
not surprised. Or not surprised.
a
You should put a
mandatory
poll up.
weekend breakdown.
And only Games athletes can respond. We know they're all watching the show.
We know you're watching.
Have you cried during the CrossFit Games?
Number. I don't think I've ever cried. Oh, I cried once during the CrossFit Games. Number 4. Workout and workout standards. So meaning this is another reason we're seeing so many no reps, because the workouts are not designed to make it easy to count, and the standards are fucking all over the place.
We got shuttle runs and we got burpees. Those are the only two things in this year that we can use to. Did you like I said I had fun making this one because it was just something that I wanted to talk about. I started talking about it, and then as I was making it, I put all of my stupid isms into it. One of them was the Who's That Pokemon. The other one was the Avril Lavigne song. Why'd you have to make everything so complicated? And it's the year after year where they changed the burpee standards, where it was very clearly like touch your chest to the ground, 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing. And then it goes into the next year. And it goes, well, you kind of don't need to land 2 feet, but you do need to show that you're clearing the bar. And then there was a year where you can't step through your burpees any longer. You got to jump back, jump up. Do you recall that year, Souza?
Mm-hmm.
Like you were no longer allowed to do what Froning had popularized so much, which was step up out of your burpee. And if you wanted to step down into your burpee, you had to move your feet together, like there was a rope tied around your ankles. And then a year after they did all of those things, they changed it up into do whatever the fuck you want as long as you're getting over the bar while doing something that looks like a jump, to where we see people like Katrin doing that weird hodgepodgey single leg throw yourself over the bar. Looks like a step, but kind of isn't a step burpee.
Yeah. Remember the year
So
OPT
that's what I
group?
meant with. Sorry?
Oh, remember the year OPT's group tried to use change plates too to minimize the amount that they had to jump over. So whenever you have a standard that isn't super clear to find, you're always going to have people that are going to try to find a fudge in some way to give themselves some sort of advantage. That's why those standards and clarity on standards is so important.
And they used to ding people for the uncommon movement clause. That's the first thing I think. So everyone got called the change plates, and they got huge penalties or invalidations.
Yeah, or when they use
at the semifinals in 2021, that was not the case. Although I would say that's worse than using change plates.
They use the women's bar in that snatch bar muscle up open workout. Remember, it's like 7 minutes of it. And I remember Dave got all bent out of shape about that one. He's like, "Am I using a men's bar because I'm a man?" And like did the whole thing. But they tried to use a smaller diameter to make it easier on grip.
Were there penalties on that? Do you remember?
I don't think
the 27.5 millimeter barbell, or is it just 27?
No, I think they had to go back to the drawing board and say, like, you have to use this specific barbell as opposed to just the total weight.
And if we want to keep going, now they're saying that your 45-pound bar that you've been using for the past 15 years is only 44 pounds if it's a kilogram barbell, which every rogue barbell, for the most part, with the exception of maybe 5 of them, are kilogram barbells.
Right.
So they're just trying to make everything so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
What's up, Sevan?
I don't have a problem with that. I like that. Fix it back to 44 pounds. Be accurate.
I remember it was maybe 2.5, 3 years ago. We were in the affiliate, Alexis and I, and I was explaining to her that her barbell we were doing Isabel, and I'm like, that's really only 93 pounds. And her mind was exploding. She's like, what do you mean it's only 93? I'm like, well, it's a 15-kilo bar. So in reality, it's only 33 pounds. So this 95-pound bar, really, you're not going RX because it's 93 pounds. And she goes, what do you mean? Everyone does it like this. You put the 25s on, you put the 5s on. It's 95 pounds for a female doing Isabel. I'm like, yeah, you say that. And then 2.5 years later, they confused the entire world the same way I confused her right there. She didn't wrap her head around it.
I think after this show, you should explain to her that once you guys are married, that your marriage is just an illusion too, that it's just an idea and that it really doesn't mean anything. She'll like that too.
Oh, fuck.
This guy, Philippe Barosky, it changed 2 times even this year. This is the guy that he came on our show. This is the guy that found the URL for the
for the workouts.
Hell
He's a good dude. I think he lives in Poland.
He's searching for the games ones as we speak.
I'm growing my hair like that, by the way.
Savage.
Are you?
Yes. Can you go to 9:30 of that video? Listen to what Hiller does here. I don't ever remember Hiller doing this before.
Did you include it as a link?
No, but it's just
Like, dude, I don't remember what I do.
But he uses a voice. He imitates like a voice, and he sounds like a normal
Which
American.
video? Which video? The 5 reasons for all no reps.
Yeah.
Okay.
At 9:30, he imitates, and I'm like, oh, he sounds like he's from California now. He's making fun of someone, but he uses a voice that's like the standard American voice. And that's when I realized, oh, Hiller really has a unique voice.
We're on standby with ads.
Do I currently have a unique voice, or I do as this happens?
No, you have a unique
Which one
voice
is more
now.
unique?
Hey, they're running Noble
I mean,
ads.
you sound like you have some regional accent, but here at 9:30, you talk like a normal American.
Chicago.
Yeah. A regional accent. I sound like an anthropologist. I sound like an academic when I talk like that.
Okay, we got it. Let me bring it up here.
You'd be a gnarly professor.
Yeah, you'd be a good professor.
Here we go. Here we go. Now listen to what he does with his voice here.
Speed, and there's too much of an issue. It's like,
remember, they do not need to have a two-foot takeoff. They can't step over, and that's a technique we've seen most women so far.
There it comes.
There really wasn't all that much to gain by jumping.
fuck, dude. It's hard to know so much. Like, simplify it, dumb it down. There's one way to do a burpee: 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing. Idiots. Too easy. So yeah, number 3 was knowledge is not power, but it should be power. It should be easy for everybody.
Wait, pause this. Go back to 9:30. Did you start it at 9:30? We just watched 30 seconds of fucking Hiller's show on my show. Go back to 9. Okay, yeah, go to 9:20. Maybe I screwed it up. Go to 9:20. Let's see. Yeah, there. That's good.
I feel like over the bar, and everyone has to explain to everybody why certain competitions are stepping over the bars. Like, well, just so you know, this one wasn't CrossFit sanctioned, and they were trying to go for speed, and there's too much of an issue. It's like,
remember,
did you see that? Sorry, that was it. He sounded normal for a second. I didn't even know he could do that. Do you have any other?
What about that? What about that makes it more? What about that makes it more normal?
Can you do an Indian accent or an English accent?
English. I don't think so. These all just come, man. As we're doing this, we'll see how angry I can get. My favorite thing to do is I start speaking gibberish when people piss me off. I just start
Tongues. That's tongues.
I never heard of that.
Number 2, old athletes. You just say, hey, the reason why we're seeing so many no reps is because just there's a lot of old people on video these days, and old people just suck, and everyone knows that. Old people their fucking range of motion is just limited. Like
as you're saying this, I was like, I don't think I said this. I don't think that's something that I said. But you're talking about the aging out athletes. Yeah,
you say old people basically don't move as well as they used to. They don't squat as low, and they're trying to maintain their speed and this, so they start cheating because they can't acknowledge that they're 60 when that like a rusty pair of fucking garden snippers. It's like you got to start pulling them open at the end.
They don't really cut shit.
Things don't work anymore.
Yeah.
Pinch your hand.
Somebody the other day was telling me if you were to have watched Fikowski do wall balls maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and if you were to watch him doing them at the Granite Games this year and maybe somewhere between, you would see each year that he's cutting out the fluff between wasted movement. So maybe 7 or 8 years ago, he was hitting his ass to the floor. And if you were to watch the Granite Games, you had people who were like vivid, like in the comment section, Fikowski's not hitting depth. But when I watch it, I see that he is as close as fucking possible. You see that the judge is giving him the reps, and in comparison to people who clearly are not going below parallel on their wall ball squats, I would say Fikowski's right there. He's doing everything with a purpose, and he's worked his way there. The best way to bridge this one with the aging out athletes is that, and I'm not talking about masters athletes. I'm talking about maybe athletes in their 28, 30, 34 ages, where they're looking for everything they can to keep up. And if their fitness is falling off, because I put up that graph from the level 1 where you can see that like fitness will fall off as you get older, which of course we all know it will. So what you do is you don't do as much work. So if you don't do as much work, it appears as if you are still the same level of fitness, but that goes against the point. Does that make sense?
You used to have a 5-minute Fran. Now you're 60 and it's still 5 minutes, but it's because you're not getting your chin over the bar on half the reps.
Yep. And maybe you're not locking out your elbows on the thrusters. You're not squatting as low as you had when you were 40.
Somebody sent me a video of David Hippensteel doing clean and jerks next to me doing clean and jerks. and I didn't have the
You didn't post it?
No, I just thought it was I don't
You
know
have
who
it
was
on hand. Can we watch it now?
I don't know who it was making fun of more, me or him. But
Well,
either way,
we can be the judges of that. Let's see it.
you want to see it? Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me find this guy.
I would like
Bring it
nothing
up.
more than to see this video. It's at the perfect point in the show to bring it up. We're talking about aging out.
Let me see if I can. Okay, here we go.
Good song. Wait a minute. Don't play it. You're going to get a copyright
A
strike
ding.
if you play it.
Okay.
Just mute it.
Is it 7 seconds or longer?
I turned off music. I turned off music.
Yeah. Just mute it.
Perfect. Good song, but I'm now warning you about certain things.
You're a good
Everybody's
dude.
a little nervous when Sevan's got the 1s and 2s on a Sunday.
You're a good dude.
Oh,
Oh,
big dick guy.
yeah. Let me type in here.
It's just in the background. It's like, shit, not again.
It's still up.
So this is the great David Hippensteel, which I don't know how much I'm only lifting 115. I don't know what he's lifting. It looks like he's lifting 315. But here's the video. We have different techniques.
It doesn't look like it started from the beginning. It started halfway through.
Oh, let me see. So we have slightly different styles. What's funny, I was about to say I know I'm being filmed, but I guess he knows he's being filmed too.
Yeah, film to be judged, actually. You were just filming.
Yeah.
Filming to be judged.
Hey,
What
should
was
I
Hippensteel
not film from
doing?
that camera angle? Everyone keeps saying that I look like a dwarf from that angle. Or,
you gotta go bird's
or
eye.
do I just look like a dwarf from every angle?
You know what you got to do? You got to get a C70 bar. That'll make it appear like you're taller and bigger.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a shorter bar.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that one.
And
that
I
you
should
can
wear
competition.
shorter shorts. I'm gonna wear shorter shorts and get a smaller bar.
In all black. Were you in all
Okay.
black in that one?
Probably.
You're all black. You can make sure you're all black.
He's usually wearing something black.
And then the final reason why is people aren't building a base. I think the final reason why is that Andrew Hiller's here. The real reason we're seeing so many no reps is because of the Batman.
I have something to say about that, but I had an entire video that I wanted to make on my final point there that I just kind of made into. I'll do this stuff where I kind of regret it because I like to have multiple videos, as many as I can make. But then this final
Like I could have
point,
milked that for 2 days and I only got 1 day out of it. Damn.
I could have milked this video for 5 days. Video number 1.
Yes.
But then, like, who am I any better than? I'm a piece of shit for doing that and wasting everyone's time. So I don't do that. But that final one, when I was watching the quarterfinal, maybe semifinal videos, you see all these young athletes doing muscle ups, and they're all doing them in that method where they're driving themselves away. I tried to parallel it with Travis Mayer, who's talking about how he has this definite pause at the top of every single rep. We see it. I put the clip up. You can see what he's talking about. And he's somebody who, you know, when he's working with Training Think Tank and Max Al-Haj, that they put in the work to be able to do the things the right way. And then you think about the younger generation, and I don't know about you guys, but I didn't know very many people, females in particular, who would do a bunch of upper body strength work as a 16, 17, 18-year-old. However, when they have the capacity from the waist down, their legs are strong as fuck. You see them clean and jerking 250 and snatching 200 at that age. But do they have the upper body pressing strength to do muscle ups the way Travis Mayer does? I would say probably not, probably because they haven't gathered the strength that they need to be able to do those things. So what do? make the movements easier. They throw themselves back. Is it still a muscle up? It depends. And I usually say no. I would say 80% of the time when you see them driving themselves away, you say no. And the exception would be somebody like Noah Olsen, who almost has it perfected, where he snaps up and he's over the top of the rings. And then you see all the people in there, like you've seen the people who are behind the rings when they're hitting extensions. Like it looks absolutely nothing as like what the CrossFit rule book wants them to look like. Yes, no, except for Alex Kazan, who can bench 250.
Yeah. Oh, hey, and and when you, it's funny you say that because when you were, that name just kept popping in my head when I was watching that piece. Exactly, Hiller. Exactly.
That is fucking amazing, though. 250 bench press. Holy shit.
That's insane.
It's unbelievable. How old is she? 20? Do we know?
I want to say 22. She's something else, man. She's something else. I think I just saw a video of her setting a 35-pound back squat PR. And that's one of the conversations I like to try to bring up in these game shows. These young athletes, like the difference between Dallin Pepper when we see him and then 3 months later when we see him, like the older athletes may have gotten worse. That dude might be 1% better. And in just 3 months. That's how fucking young they are. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, she's something else.
Oh yeah.
3 plates and some change. She don't even care.
That's incredible.
For Lil. She even got that gangster mentality for Lil. 35.
Doesn't say how much it is though, does it? It's just 35 pounds heavier.
It's something that if she threw it off, it would have killed Justin Kotler.
It looks like maybe 315.
Then
45s.
And dude, her knees, look at how her knees don't even go in.
Yeah, she did great.
You mean she's not Tia Toomey squatting?
Ouch. Fittest on earth.
That's nice.
We're trying to
Who's
protect the claim, Justin Berg says. What does that mean?
So is that.
What does that mean? He's trying to protect. This is a video you that's called The Fittest on Earth. It is from 2 or 3 days ago on Mr. HillerFit's YouTube channel. And you're basically listening to a podcast with Justin Berg and Curtis Bowler being interviewed by Chase. And he says that we're trying to protect the claim. Is the claim the fittest human being on the planet, and that somehow drug testing them protects that claim?
Yes.
Okay.
If there was somebody that wouldn't really. I look at it in terms of there's 8 billion people born, and they're all set with some sort of specific. This is what you are as a human. You got your genetics from your parents, and your training will bring you to the highest level of peak performance. And you're looking for that thing. It's like your training and your genetics equals through CrossFit, the fittest on earth. If you introduce performance enhancing drugs, there's a new part of the equation which give you an advantage over those two things. That's how I look at it.
Okay. Yeah.
And I have this pretty strong opinion that like everybody can hit their own 100% capacity. Like what can you have as a human? Some people are predisposed to be higher than others, in my opinion. Like I don't think that certain people have any chance at ever beating Frazier because of his parents and because of his like what he is as a human being. So Yao Ming, you know who he is? 7'7" basketball player, 7'6". He was never going to beat Frazier just because of the way he was born. And same way Matt Frazier's never going to dunk a basketball. I wonder if he's seeing this. He's like, fuck you, I can do it. And he's going to go do it. But if there was something out there where Yao Ming could inject himself, make him shorter, make him stronger, make him his levers better, his lungs better, and he could, that's the way that I look at performance enhancing drugs. You're altering what you've been given. And it's no longer really even about the training methods that you use to get to your end result. It's about the substance, and they're trying to eliminate those substances to protect the claim.
Oh, that's not true. That last thing you said.
What?
I mean, your training still matters, even if you're taking, regardless of what you're consuming.
One of the best things I've ever heard in relation to performance enhancing drugs is that you should almost never listen to somebody who's used them because their perception of what works for people is skewed.
Oh, wow.
Lucas Parker said it once.
I really like that. I actually really like that. I've suspected that. Yes. Wow.
You know Lucas Parker, the bearded guy.
Yes.
He spoke once on performance enhancing drugs, and it was exactly that. You know how kind of dedicated he was to his craft at certain points in his career. And he was he would try to like blur certain things that he thought were performance enhancing drugs based German squat volume training and shit like that. Because
you're the running program for a guy juiced up is not the same. Not only not the same for someone who's not juiced up, but
you've
different.
never considered this, eh?
No, I have. I've actually thought of this before. What you're saying, I've actually thought. I don't want to say the people's names, but yeah, I've thought that.
You look at certain training programs and you're like, how the fuck is all of this working for this? I actually heard there's a YouTube channel. His name's like Gregory something or another. He's at 80,000 followers. He's a natural bodybuilder, and he's kind of attacking all of the performance-based bodybuilders. And you know that I've spoken about Greg Doucette. He comes after Greg Doucette because he thinks that he's been on steroids for so long that he no longer knows what it's like to train as a natural person. So he can't be giving advice to the people who would follow him, who you would assume are mostly natural athletes. Like you can't do 50 sets of bicep curls because it's not going to work, or you can't do sets of 20 and expect the same results as a set of 10. Sevan, go do 5 sets of 20 bicep curls. Why? I'm looking for a pump. Well, that doesn't work for a natural athlete. You can't just expand the shit out of your muscles and expect to get the same sort of reaction that you would as you doing 5 sets of 10 with more weight, because you need to give your body the stimulus.
Right.
Does that all make sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Protect the claim.
Like I said before, if you wanted to hide a podcast, and you need a tutorial on it, look what they've done with the CrossFit Games podcast. Whoever's in charge of that is exactly what you do to something that you are somehow forced to make, but you want to completely hide. I mean, once again, I would be embarrassed. There are some podcasts out there. I want to actually ask Matt O'Keefe this when he comes on later today, because I think there's some podcasts that people go on out there that not only is it a waste of people's time to go on, but you're hurting your brand. I think there are podcasts out there that people go on that you're not only are a waste of time, but you're hurting your brand. So I think that there's people out there. I've been watching some podcasts, and these people that I've had. So someone will come on my show and we'll get a shitload of views, be crazy, stimulating conversation, and then I watch them on another podcast, and it's not even the fucking same person. It's like them and the host. They're like, if I would have seen that first, I'd have been like, I'm never having this person on.
You brought up on the Wodcast podcast. I'll keep on jumping to that because I think that a lot of people should listen to you on that. It was good how you've turned down 100, 200, 1,000 different podcasts.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. Yeah, I don't want to do any podcast with anyone.
But you will go on his because it gives you the opportunity to improve your brand.
Well, no, I don't go on his. No.
Well.
I don't go on his to improve my brand. I go on his because I know he's gonna fucking that dude's gonna go. Like
he's not.
No one's gonna go on there. Someone might go on there and be like, I hate Sevan or I like Sevan, but no one's gonna be on there and be like, that was boring. Because it goes. But there's ones where the fucking host is like, so I had a sandwich today. I love mustard. And it's fucking 20 minutes of that. And I'm not joking. And there's a lot of them out there, and it's like, holy shit. But there's underrated people too. There's that guy from Clydesdale, that Scott Switzer guy, or Pete from Coffee Wads and Pods. That shit fucking goes. Like they're asking fucking they're asking questions. They will. I haven't watched those enough to know. Like, another thing I won't do, I almost will never let a guest fucking hang themselves. I will start interrupting them enough to where the viewer gets mad at me and not at them. And the viewer doesn't even know it, but like, I'm like, holy fuck, this person really fucking sucks. And I need to really push the ball forward. But there's, and of course that's subjective, but those guys, that guy Scott and that guy Pete on those podcasts, they'll ask questions and give a lot of breathing room. And if they have good guests, man, that shit's fucking just diamonds are coming out of it. But if those people who go on the CrossFit Games podcast, they have an amazing host, Chase. He makes that shit go. He has fucking, I'd say he's more Eddie If than he is Scott or Peter, meaning like he'll push it. And the pace and the platform, dude. The fucking 1 million, 2 million. How many subscribers does the Games have? And and they fucking bury that thing. I would not fucking go on that podcast. It's a waste of anyone's time unless you just want to get in reps. That's why I go on Eddie's, just to get in some reps. But man, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah,
I actually want to ask Chase or call Chase or text Chase and be like, hey dude, like what the fuck is going on over there? Why are they doing
call
that
him right now? Send him a link. Get him on here.
Send him a link.
Well, I want to wait till after the games are over. I want to try to be nice to the games, but this could just be maybe someone just forgot over there, and maybe like they just needed to hear this, and they'll be like, "Oh fuck, you're right. What a great asset," and they'll push it to the front. That would be cool.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think it's almost purposely done.
They also tell you in this podcast with Justin Berg that I bet you has less than 1,000 views. They tell you to subscribe to the Hopper newsletter and how important it is, but it's on the most obscure fucking podcast in the CrossFit space.
Wait a minute, it's on the most obscure podcast, and there's no in that hour and 6 minutes, I believe that podcast was. They don't tell you how to subscribe to the Hopper ever.
Right.
Google, it's like, how do I subscribe to the Hopper?
How do you subscribe to it?
I just Googled it, and this was the first link that popped up through the games. And then it just says July Hopper has been sent to the athletes to learn more about athlete control, attire requirements, drug testing, education, upcoming licensed events. Click here. But
Susan, you signed up for it, right?
No, I don't know how to sign up for it. How do I sign up for it?
When you click around on if you just go to like games.crossfit.com, I believe that a thing with Matt Frazier running down a hill pops up and it goes sign up for the newsletter. And I think that's the way.
CrossFit.
I just fucking, as soon as I saw that, I just closed it. As soon as I see a pop-up, I just close it. Like, fuck off.
Well, all right, it's not happening to you, but there was a pop-up that came up and it's Frazier run down a hill, sign up for the email newsletter.
This is the
hey dude, that's like the Mormons coming to your door when you're fucking balls deep in a Lexus. Like, do you answer the door?
Oh, of course.
That's what a fucking
I need to hear about everything they need to say and likely buy the popcorn too.
Right. They sell popcorn?
They sell something, don't they?
Magic panties. It's nuts. A pop-up. I like the way when you ask Hiller, how do you sign up for it? He's like, you got to click around.
Yeah, you got to unbury it. Do you have 15 minutes to scroll around the site? Because the information's real important.
Pop-up block. I think the Morning Chalk-Up put up something somewhere. Again, you got to find it. It's like in a link in their bio, but there's 60 links in their bio. You got to find the right one to go find the Hopper so that you don't pop on a drug test if you're a games athlete.
Testing spectators too to protect the claim this year.
What is in your opinion the best way for them to get their information across? Because this is something that we're always hounding and attacking. What are they?
A fucking podcast a podcast that's very visible that comes right up, and everything in the description has clicks to link and the call to action, a direct call to action. Hey guys, in the description of this show, go down there and click the Vindicator, click AsRx, buy one of our t-shirts, wear it on Sunday, take a picture, and you'll be entered in the drawing for an Echo bike. Everybody knows exactly what to fucking do. Marketing 101. If you don't have
go to CAHormones.com, sign up for the blood work, type in my name, Sevan, and you'll get free blood work and a free doctor's consultation if you live in California. If you don't live in California, you will just get the free doctor's consultation.
And that's how you
Fiore, the magical shorts that we all love to wear.
Wait a minute. That's not a sponsor.
No, that's what they all say though. Every single that's the shit that I remember. Like
one short for every sport.
Why not do it? Why not send an email? Hey, so anything, why not put it on their Instagram, put it on their Facebook, put it on all their social media, put it on their front end, put a link in the front that says must read, send out a press release to all the fucking real fucking media outlets and all the fake media outlets and have us talk about it. I mean, we would talk about it ad nauseum. I mean, look, we're talking about it now. We still can't even, we haven't even told them how to sign up. You have to, here's how you sign up. You have to erase your cookies and hope the pop-up comes up again that you deleted.
Clear the cache, reset your settings to allow pop-ups.
You want to know what's unfortunate is I was signed up for it, and I think I accidentally unsubscribed. I don't know how to resubscribe. There's an unsubscribe button, which made it unsubscribe immediately. So
yeah,
I mean, it probably comes out through the Morning Chalk-Up anyway. So just I mean,
well, that's their problem. They're letting other entities speak for them. Like you said earlier, we are controlling the narrative for the community, and they come here for most of the news.
Right. Right. Will you go to the video and click on the 7-minute mark? I have a really trippy question to ask Hiller here.
Oh,
yeah.
It's Justin Berg asking. It's Justin Berg. Does he say that the affiliates and the teams will and training camps will also get punished? So let's say he alludes to that, but I've never heard of anything like that. So meaning like if Phil Toon, like basically everyone in that camp and Matt Torres is in trouble now too. Like basically, is he alluding to the fact that all those people aren't going to be allowed to compete at the games? There's something really weird do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
I think he just spoke out of turn there. That was just his mouth.
Policing. You know, if somebody is doing something, they want you to drop a hint at CrossFit so they can send a drug tester out. They would expect like these camps to be self-policing themselves, or at least talking about it so that it doesn't put a stain on the community.
I had Bergeron on the show, and I said, "Do you have a no drug policy at your camp?" And he goes, "No, it's a given."
Well, that's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yep.
I mean,
I don't know.
I almost think he was caught off guard by that question, like remembering that podcast, and he said it, and he was kind of like,
My boys were writing on the wall with markers the other day. I had no fucking idea. I had to tell them that was a no-go. I don't know. People are capable. Especially boys are capable of anything. Okay, let's.
I got something I got to say. I got to remember though. So
okay, go ahead. Say it before we play this. Go ahead.
We're talking about camps, and I know an athlete that this is all my words, hearsay, whatever, and I'm not going to name any names, right? But I know an athlete that went to a camp to train and see what it was like and get a feel for it. And one of the coaches at the camps asked this athlete what performance-enhancing drugs they were using. The athlete said they weren't using any, and the person at that camp goes, "Why?" Or they didn't believe them.
Wow.
And it's a camp that many people know, and it's the type of shit that I just think, holy fuck.
Who asked the question? Just a visitor?
One of the coaches at said camp.
Wow.
Asked the athlete that was visiting. I'm pretty sure I did a pretty good job of making this obscure as fuck.
Yeah.
What they were using, because good athlete and didn't believe this athlete when they had said they were using nothing.
Wow.
And they also asked why. That athlete ended up not going to that camp.
Wow. Interesting.
I got another story about that kind of I can't even believe I'm going to tell this story. I'm so fucking embarrassed. Yes. Some friends, not that good. Some friends fucking we had a party at my house and asked them if we could borrow their cooler, and they said sure. And then after the party, I'm looking at like a week later, the cooler's in my backyard, and my boys are standing around filling it with urine. They're peeing in our fucking cooler that we borrowed. And part of me is like, I open the back, I'm like, hey. They're like, what? They got holding their dicks, looking at me. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? They're like, we're peeing. And like part of me wants to criticize them, but I took a shit in the van once in front of them in a little porta potty.
You lost
so
all
I fucking
authority
probably damaged them. They probably think it's a go to do anything. But that's like I don't know what it's like. Look, I mean, you kind of just said it too. Like maybe there's just an expectation. Like it's not a stretch for me that you've been trained. Like what Joyal said, he trained 9 fucking years and gave it everything he could, and finally he just had enough and went to the dark place and took the pills. Like he didn't want to fail. It's like I've cheated on tests. I don't want an F, so I fucking look over and okay, B, C, D.
Better hope you're cheating off the right person.
Oh, okay. Listen to this. This is from Andrew Hiller's YouTube page, HillerFit, and no, not this video. Sorry, the next video.
Oh boy, what's the next
trying
video?
To protect the claim.
It's the Justin Berg, Curtis Bowler.
Fittest on earth for trying to protect the claim. Got it.
Yeah. At the 7-minute mark. And then this is Hiller is reviewing this podcast at Bowler. By the way, there are there's something in that video where Curtis Bowler says, or no, maybe Justin says, but basically they're talking about their integrity. Curtis Bowler talks about his integrity and that he would never fucking allow cheating. Never, ever, ever. And I want to tell you something. I know that fucking guy. And if there's one guy I would fucking believe that would never allow it, it would be him. And I never saw any fucking cheating or anything squirrely or any protection when I was there. Zero. That being said, right after he says we would never do that, Justin Berg follows with, and we work with the largest company in the world. And I'm like, well, those motherfuckers will cheat. He like undermined everything Curtis Bowler just said. I'm just like, dude. Okay. This part tripped me out here. Go ahead and hit play. This is Justin Berg.
Oh, what the fuck?
Your training camp that you're involved with. So I think ways to educate would be us doing more through the hopper. We've hired a full-time athlete communications manager.
Oh boy. Start at 6:50
or 6:45. Who just a little earlier.
Got it.
Okay, here we go.
It's not enough. Like it needs to be more than that. So there does need to be a consequence that people are concerned about. So there's a real penalty to you, and by the way, your affiliate or your training camp that you're involved with.
Okay, do you hear that? Start that again at 6:40.
I think Wade said
a little bit further. That is some weird shit. I think maybe he's just misspeaking. But I want to bring up something that Hiller put in one of his older videos that he actually showed that in a judging snafu, the actual judge and the affiliate were also punished for bad judging. So is Matt Torres, is brute strength brutish, whatever they're called, and their athletes, are they going to be punished for Phil Toon's the sampling of the goods? Okay, go ahead, hit play one more time.
Too much. Some people have said, hey, it should be a slap on the wrist and they're a good guy and they should come back next year. They should be allowed to continue even though, and we say that's not enough. Like it needs to be more than that. So there does need to be a consequence that people are concerned about. So there's a real penalty to you, and by the way, your affiliate or your training camp that you're involved with.
A real penalty.
So I think ways to educate would be.
That's not like, hey, Phil's, I'm not going to a brute strike because Phil's over there getting juiced up. It's like a real penalty, like a financial. So is there something, Hiller? I mean, are you guys hearing that? What I just heard?
I'm waiting for Hiller to speak first. I have opinions on it though.
You think he misspoke, Hiller? You think I'm just like falling into the weeds?
No, I see exactly what you're doing. I do think that it would keep people like Ben Bergeron from saying things like it's an obvious thing that we shouldn't be using stuff, because then they would actively be trying to protect the self-policing would be stepped up a little bit.
Yep.
I don't know if he said that it's odd. I'm sorry. I don't want to misspeak. He just said that they didn't have a no drug policy. That's all he said.
Who's that?
Ben.
Who's he? Ben
Bergeron.
Correct, yeah.
But I don't want that to be taken out of context like he was condoning it. I
know. I wasn't trying to say that either.
Okay. No, but I think the point being is like if you're going to host a camp and you have all those athletes, and then your athlete like comes out and pops for PEDs, it sounds like they're saying that should be a little bit more of the responsibility of the camp too. Like almost the camp should do their own self-policing and testing, because if one of their athletes pops, then it's going to come down on the whole entire camp, which I don't necessarily agree with that though. I don't think the whole camp should be punished.
I think they should.
Silence.
Damn. So you think but am I hearing it right? Is that what Berg is thinking too? Is there a penalty? Do we know if there's a penalty? I guess I could ask Adrian. Do we know if there's a penalty?
It would make everything easier. Is there a penalty?
Like the whole fucking team. So that would mean like the whole team would be toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, Dallin's gone, Emma Carey's gone.
Yep. Or some sort of
James
penalty.
Gray.
Yeah.
Well, I guess. Fuck. Here we go again. If Sammy Sosa on the Cubs pops for Sammy Sosa on the Cubs pops for a substance, are you going to? I guess you can find the Cubs, but are you going to keep the Cubs from playing in the World Series? Probably.
Or what about like a member on the track and field team, U.S. track and field team, and then fucking the whole Olympic U.S. track team doesn't get to go to the Olympics?
That's why I don't. That's why, because then where do you stop, right? So then do you go also to the gym that they're competing at? So let's say I have a relationship with one of my athletes that's going to compete at the games, and then that athlete, like Nicholas Hoyel, pops. Is now my affiliate also going to be responsible for that as well? Like, where do you draw the line there?
Hey, I don't even care what our opinion is. I want to know what the fuck Justin is saying right there. Is Justin saying that? Do we know?
I think he's talking about it more abstractly, as if Rich Froning were to pop at Mayhem, all of a sudden Mayhem's in shambles.
Right, like it just.
So that penalty doesn't come from HQ. Well, I don't think any less of the Torres camp.
It's like a trickle down into the community.
Yeah,
I never for once thought that Dallin Pepper's doing it just because Phil Toon popped.
Me neither.
Myself either.
That never even crossed my mind.
So
or anybody else on their camp, or that Torres was condoning it,
Or
had
we're a
knowledge of
little
it or
bit
anything.
But I do think that every guy there thinks Danielle Brandon is hot.
Well, that's a given. Test 100% positive for that one.
If you were an outsider looking in and you didn't know shit about the sport, but we know that they were all kind of put together rather, what was it, a couple months ago, they formulated Brute Strength down there in Naples.
Yeah.
It hasn't been a long time, but if you just see it, you might think that's what they're doing. But since we know more about it, we might not have the same perception as somebody who's just looking at it for what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
And
People might now associate that camp in a different light.
if they're going to do penalties like that, I don't think it should do with the PEDs, because that's an individual decision that you don't have control over, but it should for sure be done with movement standards. Like if you're on a team or you're an affiliate and you signed off on, hey, these standards were good and we're up to par, and they clearly were not, or you were, blurring the lines for an advantage there, then I think that responsibility and penalty should fall on the affiliate and on the training camp and on the coach there.
This comment,
there's more people involved, though. There's more people involved. You guys are all seeing what's happening, and then you're presenting that information as it's supposed to be, signed off as good. So for me, that seems to matter more than it would be just a drug that someone's taking, because you don't know. You don't know. Maybe I'm on PEDs right now, just getting yoked. You guys
drink coffee. Good comment. You're getting yoked, Souza.
I'm getting yoked.
God, if I got juiced up, my confidence would fucking go through the roof. I'd be untenable. Is that a word?
Pull up this Paper Street Coffee comment if you could.
Please go to Paper Street, use the code word Sevan and get 10% off. It's paper. There it is. Paper ST Coffee. God, I hate that domain name, but the coffee's fucking great.
You could also click the link to description in below, whether you're listening to this in your car. Well, don't do it while you're driving, or in YouTube.
Look what happened in baseball. The Astros, when they cheated and still kept their World Series title, organization was punished, but they are still champs. Andrew Hiller.
There was somebody in the outfield who was watching and signaling to somebody in the dugout what the pitch was going to be.
Oh, I love it.
If it was an off-speed pitch, they would hit this metal trash can, so the batter at the plate would know that an off-speed pitch was coming. So, and if you watch the videos of the Astros during that year, and I believe it was in the playoffs as well, you would hear like a bang, bang, and it would be this metal trash can.
That's true.
And then they throw
brilliant.
A curveball. Yeah, but people picked up on it, and the pitchers were like, all right, I'm going to throw a curveball. They hear bang, bang, like, what the fuck? Every single time I'm going to throw a changeup curveball something, then in comes – so, but the Astros did that throughout the whole year, and they kept their World Series title. So that was about as cheating as you can get in cheating. And the thing about all of this stuff is you have to have some sort of system to punishment. You can't. That comment that was brought up earlier was, well, mayhem's bigger than Brute is, and it would blah, 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 but you can't just say one thing for one and another for another. There's got to be some sort of a system. Like, here's a $10,000 fine. I don't know, for your camp. Do better next time. Fuck you.
Mm.
I can't punish. I can't be punished if I don't know. I'm trying to think of because we do shows together and then it comes out that you have monkeypox, Hiller. I can't be punished for that. It's not my fault. I just can't. It's
hard to get monkeypox when I don't leave the garage, right?
Yeah. Anyway, so we don't know what Justin's referring to there, but someone
but that's an interesting comment nonetheless.
Yeah.
Pick up on it.
How did you feel about that podcast?
That I don't want to say. I have nothing nice to say.
Okay.
I liked Curtis Bowler, but it's
because this is different than the one that you were talking
telling you,
about.
I want to get access to. I don't want to screw up fucking. I mean, it doesn't matter anyway, really. But I don't want. But I don't want to screw. I want to have a. I want to bring value to the games this year by being able to speak with Adrian, and I want to have Adrian on and talk about the games and the excitement of it and how many people are going to be there, and I want to do some of the hype and build up for it so it's fun.
Yeah.
And if I go down that avenue, I'll say this. Okay, I thought Curtis Bowler was amazing, and I've always thought Curtis Bowler was amazing. He's a man of few words, and his shit hits home hard, and from what I've heard from the people I know, the athletes can just call him or text him day and night.
That's cool. That access.
So, but if I talked about the podcast, go ahead, say it, Hiller.
The other podcast with Peter, Adrian Bosman, finally said my name.
Oh, I heard that. I heard that.
Wow.
I heard that.
You mentioned Adrian Bosman.
Yeah,
in that
it was
little
kind of
speech
funny
you
how
gave
he
right
said
there.
it too. Fuck, now Adrian's not going to come on. It was kind of funny how he said, I have no idea who Hiller is. I mean, it wasn't that explicit. It was kind of like that. I was like, wait a second, you just said his name, though. We're not paying attention to Hiller.
I'll stay out of the comments section. I'll stay away when I don't think he likes me very much. That's the
No,
vibe I was getting.
Adrian?
I don't know.
Adrian's really fucking intense, but I've hung out with him a lot, like bike ride with him, eating ice cream with him, he used to live near me, and we were like friends, like the way you would be like boyhood friends. You know what I mean? Like we did boyhood stuff together.
You pissed in coolers together.
Yeah, probably peed in, like we were probably somewhere and peed in the same bush and like
Taking a shit
sword
in a few
fighted.
vans.
But he takes his shit so seriously, and I'm so glad he's in the position he's in, because that's who you want. Like he's the kind of guy, like if he was a paramedic, you want that motherfucker showing up when you're hurt. So he's intense.
Yeah, he's literally the best option that you
And
can have next game.
And I'm intense too, and so he's another person you can fight with him, and then like take a day off and then come back. We fought for sure.
He's
I
so
saw
easygoing.
I saw him and Dave fight all the time.
Fist fight?
No, but
No,
fight. But like shit that would like hurt, like most people could not handle. Most people would, but yeah, most people would fucking wilt. CrossFit 21.4, that was fucking a funny piece. So you asked the 21.4, the winner was a guy named Wall Street, the Wall Street Warrior, and
Cristiano, weightlifter.
yeah, good dude, been on my podcast, and he didn't have a video, so according to the rules, he couldn't collect the money for the win. And then the guy who took second place, who's an amazing guy, Oscar, he then sent an email to HQ saying, "Hey, can I get my loot? Here's my video." And did he ever get a response from HQ?
Not from what he told me, no.
Okay, and then you asked.
He said he emailed him a handful of times. They never responded.
And then you asked the Wall Street guy, "Hey, I noticed you're still on the leaderboard for that. Did you ever get the loot?" And then he didn't answer you.
But he has since responded and said,
"Oh, he
no."
has."
He said, no.
Oh.
So where's the money?
Show me the money. Oh, that dude just Oscar. They're just
It's
busy.
an open workout, no?
I'm going to give them. I'm going to give
21.4.
the games a pass on this. Why he needs to just email them again.
And then they'll send him his 21 or his
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah. They're going to send him the money.
There's you figure you 4 open workouts, you got 4 payouts on each side, right? Male and female, 8 total sums of $2,021. So where is that final sum? Did they not pay out? Did they lump them together into one event? Maybe that was the thing. So,
what's the guy's name again? Oscar,
and I couldn't pronounce his last name. It's like Gillestrom.
Yeah.
Gillestrom. I'm not Brian. I can't pronounce everyone's names.
You alluded to the fact that maybe they gave the money to Griciano because he's friends with Dave.
He hadn't responded to me then at that point. But you do
That
see
hurt. That hurt, Hiller. That hurt.
It hurt you?
Yeah.
Dave said he wanted to be picked at a little bit, so I gave him a little nudge. Like, here you go, Dave.
Damn.
Right
you've ass pounded Dave twice now. You got him on the when you corrected him on the Froning time for Grace. Damn.
Well, then 3 times.
Hey, that's how those mill guys like it. Those mill guys that's part of the courtship process, to be their friends, to ass pound them.
They like to be ass pounded. Okay.
Yes.
Can do.
Yes,
Noted.
that's what makes them.
I made that Instagram post too, which was talking about that last video where he brings up that they hid that drug test result for the active force guy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You hear on the podcast that they've never hit a drug test result. Never, ever have we done it. And I know the person from before, and they wouldn't have done it either. Just so you know, in 2009, we hit a drug test.
Well,
maybe it was 2008.
Did they hide it, or did they just not make that big of a public display out of it?
That guy was booted, and that guy, we actually did a lot of filming with him. I really liked that guy, and basically he tested positive for everything. He was on all the balls. He was on my balls. I mean, he was on everything. It was even weed. He had weed and Adderall. He had
balls.
Yeah, he had everything in his system.
Just lit up like a Christmas tree.
And what's so funny is I had so much fun with him. Yes.
What are you lost doing? You got stuck. Someone called you. Now you're
yeah.
Attention.
Someone important called me. So I had a ton of fun with him. I remember filming with him at Camp Pendleton. He came to the games. I thought he was going to crush it. And what?
Are we not saying this name on purpose?
Oh, person's at my gate.
It's Dave. He's like, tell her to shut the fuck up.
So you want to talk about an ass pounding, motherfucker? I'm at your front door.
I'm at your gate.
I am live on the air.
Please stand outside the gate.
Wow. Text.
Should we send him a link?
Wrong gate.
Live outside the gate.
Sleeping, I bet. Sorry. So then this guy tests positive, and and we at the time we were doing a fucking shitload of seminars at Camp Pendleton with the military, a shit ton of L1s, and I think that they basically just didn't. The guy vanished from the scene. It was kind of sad. I really liked him, but he just vanished from the scene. And so basically, obviously, he didn't get to go to the games or he was disqualified. But then when they say they hid it, they didn't hide it like they let him
just didn't
compete.
talk about it.
Yeah, they just didn't talk about it, so they didn't fuck him.
That's what I say.
I mean, that's when the CrossFit Games were cool. That's like when they gave away a gun to the winner.
That would be kind of like when they gave away a gun. Yeah, that was
they gave away a Glock.
Wasn't there a lot of negative feedback from that for whatever the fuck reason?
Of course.
It was great.
You know, that's like a $600-700 thing right there. Like,
Yeah.
well, at the very least, the person who doesn't want it, they sell it.
Yeah. Well, for Christmas at CrossFit Inc., like you could either pick like I'm kind of making this up, but it's pretty close. You could pick like $1,000 gift certificate from Amazon, a gun, and like free training to use it, and then or like like a bicycle, like those like a titanium bike.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That is cool. Different options.
Gun.
I
Yeah,
heard at Apple they give you a Tesla.
Gun. What?
That was a joke. I said I heard at Apple they give you a Tesla.
Definitely not.
Everyone gets either a Tesla or another Tesla. This guy's just texting you like crazy. Or girl.
Well, one of my friends from fucking completely out of state is telling me they're at my fucking door.
Tell them they got to make a resi. Someone the other day texted me that. I'm like, what does that mean? It's like it's short for reservation. Like, I don't like that at all, but I'm going to start using it.
There was actually a company called Resi that was built up by Gary Vee for like online reservations. And then I think they sold it to American Express for like 9 figures.
Huh.
Yeah. Open Table was the other one competing at that time.
Alexis Rezo. No, it's Rezo.
So you reviewed the Next Gen movie.
I did a little bit, and I wish I would have done more of what I did in the first part, where I play a bit and then talk over a bit. There's a YouTube channel called Cinema Sins.
Yeah,
I know you've probably never seen it, but it just kind of points out the flaws in movies bit by bit by bit. And the longer the video, the more messed up it is. And I was going to do it with just things that are off topic or irrelevant with this one. And I feel like I could have done it for a while, but now that it's off YouTube, I can't do it anymore.
I haven't. Oh yeah. I haven't seen the movie. But the takeaways, but in the clips you showed, I like the slow-mos. I like the weird angles, but I'm weird. And I know, and I'm a filmmaker. Like I'll default to you. I like the fact that there's empty screen and you see Tia pop up in it. Like that shit excites me, but I didn't see the movie. But what the two things that I thought were fascinating is, so someone in South Africa is put the video up on YouTube and it got 5,000 views.
6,000, I think it hit.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's $60,000 if each of those would have converted.
$9.99. Yeah.
Well, it's up to 15 again. Didn't you know? So
Wait,
it's 90.
it's back?
Yeah. Well, I saw that in the video too.
Don't you even watch my videos, Souza?
Yes.
I did an entire bit on it where like we did the show last 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, and we were talking about it, and it went down, and then as we were talking about it, it went back up. Like Sevan spoke, and they're like, "Oh fuck," they know, and they brought it right back up.
That sucks for Mariah. I know you did see that portion of it, but that sucks for everybody who like worked really hard on it.
I'm assuming that they what is it?
I'm
make money off of it.
Yeah, I'm guessing I wonder if she gets a cut of the sales or if she gets.
That's
flat
going to
fee.
work.
I don't know.
How does that contract normally work? Is it typically a flat fee, or would you typically earn some sort of royalty off?
I
of
don't
it?
think there is typical.
It just differs between
Yeah.
distributor and how it's working. Okay.
Like it would
I've always
like
wondered
he
about
like.
that.
Yeah, I don't think it is typical. It is interesting that they moved away from Heber and Mars as being part of that team. I'm sure I would be curious to know exactly why that is. You said in there that Tia is comes across cocky as fuck. The Tia that I know, and I haven't talked to her in fucking 10 years or whatever. She was so shy.
You remember that first video when she was like super, she had the leader jersey on. I remember a specific part in that movie where she goes, "Oh, well, get a picture now because it's not going to last." And she was like, her confidence was just super low. Didn't she
Last year she took second, right?
Who?
Yeah.
No, she won the games.
And she was shy when she won the games.
I don't remember.
She won that year?
I remember the shy Tia. That was the last time I
Yeah.
also liked the documentary, coincidentally.
Dang. Okay. Should I watch?
I'm a
This
Tia hater. I'm not a Tia hater.
should I watch this movie?
Depends on what you want to get. It depends on what you want to take away from it.
I don't think you said it.
I make a video on Tia, and I get no more comments about how I'm a hater of Tia. Like, you just hate Tia. You wish she was American. Blah blah blah. I don't wish any of those things. She rubs me the wrong way.
She doesn't rub me at all. Someone wrote you wish she was American.
Yeah.
I do wish she was American.
You just wish that you had more female
for
United
her.
States athletes that were better. I go, I don't know about that.
I wish she was American so she wasn't forced to get the vaccine. That's why I wish she was American.
How do you know she took it?
I don't. I hope she told the doctor to shoot it on the floor.
I am not a Tia Toomey hater.
I'm gonna make a joke after that, but I won't.
Christine Y says she was stuck in her head so much, but she's bet better now.
Didn't she get upset with Mariah with how she was like portrayed in that early video of her?
Yeah, there was something like that.
I thought I remembered that she like got upset with that. Tia got
When the
upset.
athletes get upset, I just push the mute button. Which is harder, the assault bike or the echo bike?
Income, everyone's saying echo bike. Echo bike for everybody. Everyone says echo bike is harder.
But after I watched that video, it's basically hard. It's easier to get It's easier to get, if you had to ride each of those bikes for 30 seconds, as hard as you could, you would end up with more calories on the echo bike, even if it is harder.
The road challenge, there are some other fuckers out there who did 50 calories in 24 seconds. A motherfucker. And then there's a handful who did it. There are females who were doing it in about a minute. I think it was Taylor Williamson on Mayhem did 50 calories on the echo bike in about a minute. I don't know if it's plus or minus, but it's around there. So on the assault bike, I see rather similar numbers. And I mentioned my buddy.
Wait, Taylor Williamson can do more calories on the assault bike in a minute.
Echo bike.
I need to know what she can do.
It's on the Rogue Challenge page. So if you do like Rogue Echo Bike Challenge leaderboard, you can probably pull it up and see what she did it in. I think she won this year. She just demolishes those challenges. But
30 seconds isn't long enough. There's no real pain there, right?
If you watch the guy doing it, doesn't look too comfortable.
For 30
Did you see
seconds.
the video of
I saw the video you put up of the guy doing it in a minute, and he breaks. That motherfucker takes a break and starts going again.
You know how many calories he did in that minute?
100?
100.
Yeah, you didn't believe it, right?
I brought up your bit with Bridges and Fraser where the fins were twisted, and he looked like he was at a competition, but I had to bet there was something fucked up with that assault bike. I forget the name of that athlete.
Ellenberger?
He made the games in 7. Ethan Hellbig.
Ethan
Hellbig. I think he made the games in 17 or 18. And he's bigger. I think he's about 200 pounds, but he's no Sam Dancer. He's not some monster on the bike. Taylor Williamson, 108.
108.
50 calories on the echo bike. That's insane.
Nick Garcia, 24 seconds.
Yeah. And and on the assault bike, I don't know many people who do 50 calories any quicker than 24 seconds.
Holy shit.
And I know that because my buddy, his name's Josh Hickson, he's 6'4", 260, and he would go to these competitions, win an assault bike, take it home, sell it, and he just kind of did that 4 or 5 times.
Hey,
that was his hustle. That was his
It
hustle.
was his side hustle. Yeah, it was funny.
Let me see that. Let me see those scores again. I would crush that 17-year-old girl.
Oh.
One
Here we go.
2 challenges.
155.
Here we go.
Rogue should be sending me the money. Female, 17 and under, Jadiza Honorati Phillips. Your mom and dad can't decide which last name to use.
I don't think you can do that, Sevan.
I can definitely do that.
50 cals and 155.
Yeah, on the assault bike, no fucking problem. All day.
Wow.
You know, I don't know, man.
Wow.
Is that hard?
I heard a change in your voice there.
Hey, go
Is
to
it
that
hard?
girl's Instagram real quick. I want to see if she's bigger than me. There's no fucking way a 17-year-old girl can ride an assault bike better than me.
All right, Sevan, that's about 26 a minute.
Yeah, what's Kerstetter? Kerstetter almost tripled my reps on that workout. What? I wonder what her assault bike shit is. She's too old now. Kerstetter's too old for me now. She got too strong.
She's
I
too
don't know
competitive.
if I could find her.
Hey,
I would bet your 50 cal is about 235.
I'm going to will I get 25 in the first minute and then just peter off, you think? Peter off?
I don't think I could. I don't know if her Instagram is
Hey,
here.
I was thinking about looking at the 65 and older women's class at the games this year and like just in trying to like find some workouts that they're going to do and just smash them just an ego boost.
You'll at least move better than them. We've already seen that today, right?
I can't find her. I can't find her Instagram.
Jadzia.
I found her CrossFit Games profile, but
Yo, click on the view leaderboard button there if you could, Susan. If you don't,
Hiller makes a
You're good.
claim that the Echo bike is more suited to men. I think what he just means is taller people, right? And the assault bike is more suited
Sure.
towards midgets like me.
it was right there, Susan. The view leaderboard button. It was.
no, we were already on it.
Oh,
There's
okay.
nothing to click. Yeah, this.
Well, okay.
Apparently,
Weird.
we were viewing the leaderboard.
You got 80. You got on the Echo bike, you got 97 and 91, and on the assault bike, you got 87, 91, and on the assault bike, I got 80 and 70.
Typically, that's what you'll see is a falling off.
Right.
I think Brian was the same way. He went 85 and 80.
It's just crazy. You got 97 on the Echo bike.
See, I think the Echo bike is easier, and my rationale was that I am a more upper body dominant person.
So I think you're right.
I think that, well, it feels like you're pushing sand a little bit, but you can also control your cadence a little more with the arms. And the arms on the assault bike don't seem to be as beneficial. The chain driven and the athletes with bigger, stronger legs, I believe, have an easier time on that, which is most people in general. They have stronger legs compared to the upper body, but that ain't me.
Yes, Katrin will for sure be in the Noble booth selling ass shirts, I'm sure. Hey, you know what I was thinking?
Ass shirts.
Ass shirts.
What's that?
Hey, so I have a bunch of different shirts from all over throughout the years, and I wear the same clothes over and over and over. And I'm not just saying this. Those shirts that Life is RX sells and Vindicate sells are so much better than Nike shirts. I do not have a lot of Nike shirts, but I have some of the more popular ones from recently. Those shirts fucking suck.
You found her.
Actually,
Which shirts
Jorge
suck?
found her. Thank you, Jorge.
Just the neck, like I don't like a shirt where the neck gets stretched out. I don't like a shirt that loses its shape. I want to be able to wash my shirt, dry it, and it gets back to fucking normal.
Or I like the shirts that shrink a little bit after you wash them.
Yes.
It's tight. By the end of the day, it's a little bit bigger. I don't know. I'm
yeah,
fond of
me
that.
too. And the Reebok shirts too were fucking great.
I agree. Love the Reebok shirts.
But man, the Nike ones are like made for like
Balloons.
the arms are too big and the shoulders sit weird and they're too poofy at the bottom. It's weird.
Have you ever golfed, Sevan?
No. Once.
Why
only-
just once?
Well, me and my buddy snuck onto a golf course when we were like 12 years old, and I had to use one. I just remember I had to use. He just gave me one club for the entire 9 holes. Like, so no matter where I was hitting, I just used one club. I don't know if that's normal for a beginner, but it was just a weird experience.
I asked because if you were to ever put on golf apparel, it's what you're talking about with Nike, but way worse. It's impossible to find golf apparel that fits like it doesn't just ballooned.
Oh, yeah, because it's made. Oh, maybe because it's made for fat guys. You couldn't find her on the assault bike.
No.
275.
And
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. That's not even a back squat.
But
okay, we can't be picking.
Jeans.
We can't
it's
be picking.
Jeans.
We can't be picking on a 17-year-old girl.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I wasn't picking.
No, not you, me.
Okay.
If we can't find her on the assault bike, let's move on. We're gonna go to jail for this.
Moving on.
Nike shirts are made by some 6. Yeah, the shirts are horrible.
Are you saying they don't know how to make shirts in Bangladesh?
Yeah. What are you saying, Corey? They're bad. All right. Anything else? HillerFit in review. Another week.
What's your challenge of the week? What do you got coming up?
Nothing. God, I hope nothing.
He doesn't know until he's doing them.
I'll tell you this.
Awesome.
Yesterday, my mom came over working in the yard, and she goes, "Oh, those videos are really funny." And I was like, that made me really happy. I was like, "Oh, my mom thinks they're funny. That's cool." I sure as fuck don't think they're funny. I get all fucking stressed out when homeboy shows up with the fucking camera.
What was up with him cutting it short like that? That was weird.
Just fucking dude doesn't know how to make videos.
Well, he's gonna learn. Make a video a week, he'll get it.
He's smart. He's a go-getter. He knows that I'm the most influential man on the internet, and he's fucking getting his foot in the door early. He's smart.
Did you not like my clip art for the stop making these movies? I thought that was my greatest clip art I've ever made with the 2 gorillas screaming.
Let me see.
I was so proud of that one.
I remember the gorillas. I like it how all your things have the same style. Like you have your own. They're
all similar.
I'm addicted to it. Every day I go in the garage.
Look at those things. It's Medeiros and Tia.
Oh,
yeah.
I was. Every time I see them yelling like that, I just think of these gorillas yelling. It's just. And I was hoping that I'd put this up, and now everyone's be like, "Hey, look, they're yelling like the gorillas."
I like Brian. Looks like he got something shot in his eye.
There's a picture of Tia at the Rogue booth. So when you're at the games, there's the Coliseum, and then the Rogue's got their massive tent. You've seen that, right? Or have you not? Have you not been to Madison?
I've seen it.
Susie, have you been to Madison? She's standing there, and she's standing like this. Like she's like, yeah. And I can't help but think about Beavis and Butthead. It's like that. I am Cornholio. He throws. It's like every time I see Tia standing like that, like I am Cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole.
Hey, make that video. Post that picture of her with that audio.
That is not a bad idea at all. They just made a new Beavis and Butthead movie. It's on the list.
Oh my gosh.
That seems like something that you'd watch.
I'm afraid if I watch that and my kids see it, I'll have to hear that shit forever. So tonight at 6 p.m., I have the great Matt O'Keefe on, maybe one of the most influential men in the space, persons, whatever his pronoun is. Matt Torres. Then we have, oh, wow, that's awesome. We have Matt Torres on tomorrow at 7 a.m. That's the brute strength guy in Florida. That's where Daniel Brandon went. That's where Dallin, Phil Toon, the whole posse is. Then at 7:45, we have Adrian Bosman. I don't know exactly what his title is, but he is the programmer for the CrossFit Games, which is the undisputed claim of the fittest human being alive, the winner of that. And then tomorrow evening, we have Haley Adams. There may be someone who's added to that after she departs. Then on Tuesday, we have the return of John Young. And Brian Friend. That's going to be a contentious show. A lot of fighting, tomatoes being thrown.
What's the title of that show?
The Return of John Young.
The Return of John Young.
That's what it, but there's no like topic.
Oh, I think
they're discussing something.
It's going to be good. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. John Young has some data that's actually fucking really, really compelling. That's going to be fun. And then I haven't told anyone this, and I don't know if I should say this.
Oh, you should say it. You're just so scared recently. You don't say anything anymore. What happened?
Well, the games are coming up. We got to be in good graces here, so I don't get kicked out.
I am The Sevan Podcast is going to start interviewing an affiliate every single week for the next 52 weeks. And I had made this statement that there are affiliates out there in the middle of the country in Iowa who have spent every fucking cent to keep their doors open, and their family depends on the success of their gym, including feeding their kids. And a guy reached out to me and said, "Hey, dude, I'm that fucking gym. I've been open for 8 years or 11 years, and I'm in the fucking middle of Iowa." And I said, "Dude, come on my podcast. I want to hear the story." And then yesterday I was talking to Susan. I was like, "Hey, dude, let's do more affiliate stuff." And Susan's like, "What about an affiliate roundtable?" And then I started thinking about that, and Susan and I brainstormed it. And then I think we've come to the idea that instead of an affiliate roundtable, we're just going to have an affiliate on from somewhere on planet Earth, probably always the United States, once a week for the next 52 weeks. And it's not going to be the normal cast of characters that you see that HQ always pulls up to the front. It's going to be, I'm going to find these guys who are fucking the guys.
You stole my idea.
What?
Uh-huh.
What, you were going to do that?
I don't know how I was I'm a member of an affiliate over here. And I was it's called CrossFit Docs. And I was there yesterday, and I was like, it'd be really cool if I made it, as I'm saying, I'm like, I should make a video featuring this. And then if that goes well, maybe I can make videos of other affiliates. And now you're going to do it too. Maybe
what would it look like? Tell me what yours would look like. So
are you going to have them on the show, or are you?
I'm just going to have them on the show and just pay. I think every show will almost be exactly.
What?
So Sevan, do the Chris Hinshaw old man pull your sock on? Oh, I thought my mom was saying I should have Chris Hinshaw on. I should have Chris Hinshaw on.
Should have Chris Hinshaw. Put that down.
My show, they're going to come on and I'm going to be like, "Hey, how did you find CrossFit? Why'd you open a gym? How hard is it? What value do you get by being part of CrossFit?" Just that kind of stuff. What was but I was thinking yours sounds like it was going to be more like an edited piece where you go in there and like film.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's nothing like that, is there? Where people kind of go in affiliates and they just kind of choose random affiliates and talk about the way they go about things. Because every affiliate's different. It's amazing. It's like an artwork.
Yeah.
They've got their similarities and you can tie those together, but they all have their own little things. And for example, in my affiliate, they have a wall ball rack, and Susan it looks neater when the laces are out. And there's a picture of Jim Carrey there from Ace Ventura. It's like, "Laces out, Dan," and like all the laces are perfect. And that's a very unique thing about that affiliate.
That's what we have at ours.
Would be a very easy fix at other affiliates. They might not even think about it.
The details go a long way.
How do you clean your gym, Souza?
I have a big
crew.
No, well, I don't clean it personally, but I have a big scrubber. So it has a big scrub brush, and then it has a squeegee across the back, and that gets done once a week around the gym.
Do you do anything before you run that machine?
Like typical vacuuming, just to bring everything up off the floor first.
So I had a leaf blower, and I would leaf blow everything out, and I would try to get everything out that way.
That's what I do. I leaf blow my gym.
Yeah, I used to do the leaf blower, but you got to be skilled at the leaf blower, and I need a system where I could just plug anybody in without skill to be able to do it.
Oh, and the reason I bring that up is because there are affiliates out there that are looking for ways to do things easier, and maybe through a series of videos like that, you can pick up on cool things per affiliate to apply to your own. And it's just like the rising tide raises all ships deal.
Yeah, exactly.
So how are you going to run it? Just have them on the show and just chat.
Yeah, I'm just going to interview them. But the goal is to just give a platform for I want it to be a place where other affiliates or people who are our affiliates or people who are thinking about opening affiliates can be like, "Okay, I'm going to watch a few of these interviews to get the feel of what's going on," and basically just take the temperature of what's going on. I hate to use the term best practices, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of that shit in there too.
Yeah, well, people will be able to take some stuff away from every single episode that I think that they could either better their gym. And I've had a couple people reach out about questions for affiliates or even just starting the affiliate. Like, "Hey, what are some of the stuff that I should consider if I'm considering starting affiliate?" So we'll go through all of those questions and then just have cool conversations with the owners as well.
Well, I didn't see anything. Did you guys watch Dave's review? What is this guy talking about? Did Sevan talk about his involvement with CrossFit as Dave hinted in his review?
Unfortunately, I stopped after he started reading Gone with the Wind.
Oh, okay.
But I heard the first half.
Sorry, Renata, I haven't seen that review yet. Sevan, our owner, head coach, went to Djibouti. Oh, maybe that would be a good person, an affiliate owner that's never there. Interview them.
Interesting. Yeah, it's cool.
Sevan, has
You do
Dan
one a
Bailey
week and I'll do
abandoned
one a
you
week.
now that he's found a wife? No, Dan Bailey abandoned me when fucking Rosa bought the company, and he could stab me behind my back.
I was wondering what sort of how you
Yeah,
feel about
yeah.
that.
Funny, funny. Yeah. No.
Hey, Sevan, remember when one of the volunteers?
Imagine, when the vultures are eating the dead body. That's when he did it. That's when he decided to do it.
Oh,
Not a good dude.
remember
Not a good dude.
Remember one of the volunteers at Wadapalooza came up to him with the camera and was like, "Hey, you want to be on Sevan's podcast?"
Don't get me started on that. I don't want to fucking go to hell by fucking putting Mr. Christian up on the cross.
Which one is that? Would that be Dan?
Yeah, Dan.
Mr. Christian?
Thank you, Corey. All right, guys. Thanks for getting me wound up. Love you guys. Hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you guys tonight.